the ends meet. See, I want to be blessed. I don't want to be blessed. I want to be blessed to be a blessing. You see, I want to live my life in the overflow. I want to have more than enough. Check this out. Well, it's time for me to start to elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see. Turn all my dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back from my heart desires. He promised that if I have faith, if I believe, faith the size of a mustard seed. I want to be blessed, to be a blessing. Prosperous life, no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. He'll keep blessing me in that recession. I got to do something with this life he give. His plan for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I got God on my side, the hater just gonna have to let me fly. Yes, I am. In the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am. In the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Oh, yes, I am. In the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am. In the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? See, we got to speak that thing into existence. Because it gonna happen. You gotta believe it. In your heart, and in your mind, and in your soul. So you gotta repeat this after me. See what you say, so you can say what you heard. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, you repeat after me. Come on, say it. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. I wanna be living. I got to be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, speak this thing into existence. Let's go. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. I wanna be living. Oh, now y'all got it. Your blessings is on the way. Blessed when I come, blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. I won't
Hey, 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 in the overflow.
Blessed when I come, blessed when I go. Living. Overflow.
Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, y'all? What's going on out there? And welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. This is the only show where me, you, your mama, and your cousin too get to just come on and just chop it up. What's up, y'all? What's going on out there? What's going on out there? Out there. Yeah. Yeah, what's going on out there, y'all? What's going on out there in this world? I don't know what's going on out there, y'all. But listen, we got something to chop up today. We're gonna chop it up today, y'all. We got a lot of things to chop up today. We got a couple of things we're gonna chop up today, y'all. We're gonna chop up the Kanye West fiasco, man. What's going on with your boy Kanye West? We also going to talk about that boy, the Florida governor, and possibly the next president of the United States of America, Ron DeSantis, talking about he's going to start sending people to jail for talking about critical race theory. That means you go to jail for telling the truth. That's what Ron DeSantis wants to do, y'all. And also, y'all, this month is October. It is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And we're going to chop up domestic violence today, y'all. We're going to chop it up, man. It's a sensitive topic that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but we're going to chop it up today, man. Domestic violence, why women stay in these relationships so long, man. And why men turn into cowards, man, and do like things to women, man, that, but we're going to chop it up, man. We're going to get this thing started. First of all, everybody post where y'all calling from. I would like to know where y'all calling, where y'all watching from, man. I'm just a nosy kind of fella. I want to know where y'all watching from. Y'all text where y'all watching from, so I can see, get a picture of where y'all at. So holler at your boy, man. Let your boy know where you're texting from, man. We're gonna chop up this Kanye. Kanye seems like Kanye trying to give it all away, man. I don't know, man. Kanye complained about a lot of stuff. The same people you complain about are the same people that make you a billionaire. So I don't get it, man. You coming at everybody. You can't come at everybody, Kanye. You can't come at everybody. You can't come at black folk. You go at white folks. And now you done messed up because you're going after them Jews. You know what I'm saying? You can't, but the Jews control everything. They got their hands in everything, man. And I don't know why you're coming after the Jews. We gonna get this thing kicked off, man. I ain't got none of the folks here today yet. But anyway, I'm gonna address something that we did last week. I invited some guys on the show last week. And they was talking about why they're not going to vote for Stacey Abrams. So one of the guys said he had the proof, and one of the hosts said he's not voting for Stacey Abrams because she is against not critical race theory, but she's not for reparation. So he invites a guy on who says he has to prove that Stacey Abrams indeed says she's not for reparation. I gave the guy 2 chances. He sent me two videos proving that Stacey Abrams and Reverend Raphael Warnock said they was against reparations. I played the video. Neither one said what they said it was. So these guys are coming on. They're coming on here. You got black men out here who hate to see black women in leadership. So they're doing all they can to get people to not either vote for Democrats or vote for the Republican, which you're not going to get none from. So I just didn't understand where the guy was coming from with what he was saying. So I gave him 2 chances. And then they go on another show. And talk about this show. You know what I'm saying? Calling people on this show stupid because we challenged what they said. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. If you come on this show, be respectful. Anybody's welcome on this show. Everybody know what this is an open forum. The Everyday People Show is an open forum. So when you come on this show, if you say you got proof, prove it. But don't come on this show with some inconclusive evidence of somebody saying something and the reason why you're not going to vote for them. Because the real reason why you're not voting for them is because she's a woman. She's a woman. And black men, I don't know why black men don't like black women in leadership. It's stupid to me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're going to move on, man. We're going to chop up this Kanye West. What's going on with Kanye West, man? Let me put this video on. Your boy Kanye is, last week, I think Kanye said, he said Adidas wasn't going to drop him. And I think today they really dropped. They really, yeah, Antonio, really. Y'all welcome to come on the show, man. Come on the show anytime. I got the link posted. The first comment is the link. Come on the show, man. Come join your boy. It's just me right now. But anyway, I'm finna chop up this Kanye West thing, man. Kanye West. Yeah, Kanye West seemingly going crazy, man. He's losing all his advertisements. And for what?
The growing backlash against Kanye West after his repeated anti-Semitic remarks. His talent agency has dropped him. A documentary about him has been shelved. And this morning, his biggest corporate sponsor, Adidas, terminated their partnership. Reshef here with the story. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you guys. To put this fear and anguish over Ye's anti-Semitic comments into some perspective, he has more than 18 million followers on Instagram alone. The entire Jewish population worldwide, just 15 million. And as anti-Semitism surges to unprecedented levels, Ye's hate speech combined with his massive platform has stoked alarm. His comments now driving away his biggest partner.
You can't tell me nothing.
This morning, Adidas dropping the rapper formerly known as Kanye West and his billion-dollar Yeezy brand following mounting outrage over his anti-Semitic tropes and tirades. The sneaker behemoth putting out a statement writing, Adidas does not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech. Ye's recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company's values of diversity and inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. The company had been silent about their relationship with Ye since he made these remarks in a now deleted clip from the Drink Champs podcast.
I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Now what?
Fashion house Balenciaga and Ye's own agency, CAA, dropping the hip-hop star after he recently tweeted he'd go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people amid other offensive remarks. Authorities warning Ye's anti-Semitic rhetoric has been a rallying cry for extremists. These signs of hate appearing over a crowded highway in Los Angeles Sunday, saying Kanye is right about the Jews. And the LAPD now investigating anti-Semitic pamphlets dropped in a Los Angeles neighborhood. It comes as the U.S. sees an alarming surge in anti-Semitism, which reached an all-time high in 2021. More than 2,700 cases of assault, harassment, and vandalism, up 34% from 2020.
It's dangerous at a time when the danger level is already high. In an environment where Jews already feel vulnerable, the fact that Kanye is knowingly and intentionally increasing that sense of vulnerability, inflaming tensions, is not just terrifying to many, it's a danger to public safety.
An online petition demanding Adidas drop Ye, generating more than 160,000 signatures, and celebrities taking a stand. This statement, shared by Amy Schumer and Jessica Seinfeld, liked more than 490,000 times on Instagram. Ye's ex-wife Kim Kardashian, with whom he has 4 children, also posting, hate speech is never okay or excusable. I stand together with the Jewish community and call on the terrible violence and hateful rhetoric towards them to come to an immediate end. And Adidas now joins a host of other companies withdrawing partnerships with Ye. A documentary about the billionaire by MRC also scrapped, the producers saying in a lengthy statement, we cannot support any content that amplifies his platform. And to those who are afraid to use their voice, hopefully this encourages you to do so.
So Kanye, man, he built a $1 billion empire. And that seems like it's all about to come crumbling down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he's doing it. I don't know what's going on with him. You know, he's taking a dump on everybody, black folk, white folk, Jews, and it looks like he's in a space by himself now. You know, he's still a fan. I'm still a fan of Kanye music. I still think Kanye is probably one of it's a genius in the music world, but the same people you make your fortune off of, the same people you hate. I mean, you signed all those contracts. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say about Kanye now, man. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's not that I support anything that he say, but I definitely think there's a method to his madness. There always is. I think that if Adidas and anybody else that has a partnership wanted to break him, they should have did it long before now. You've given him a platform. The stuff is going to sell with or without Adidas. People like it. I don't personally spend my money on it, but people like it.
Yeah, but see, Adidas makes the Yeezy shoes.
But absolutely, Adidas does, but Yeezy belongs to Kanye.
I don't know how the contract is written up, but
it's his. It's all his. And on top of it, people gonna buy it if they go put it in a Walmart shoe. As long as it say Yeezys, they gonna buy it. Like, we are label whores, just period. That's the whole world. We're label whores for whatever label you like.
But see, the thing with that, you need a distributor. Who gonna distribute your shoe? Who gonna make you? You got to have somebody to make that shoe.
Though, because I mean, listen, they said they had 160,000 votes. I don't think 160,000 votes was enough for you guys to sever a partnership if it's gonna cost you $2.1 billion. Just wasn't enough.
And why would he?
You have more than 160,000 people that actually buy the merchandise.
But why would he? Why would he say? It seemed like he's trying to sabotage himself, because I think last week
he's just trying to stay relevant in any shape, form, or possible. Like, Kanye is never going to walk in that gray area. He's always gonna walk in the black area, and you got people who love living in the black. They gonna follow him.
But you say stay relevant. What you mean stay relevant? You don't think he already relevant? You don't think he already
relevant is only for the drama that you're bringing currently. Because no sooner than Kanye pulls this stunt today, somebody gonna pull a stunt tomorrow. Kanye gonna be obsolete until he does something else. This is just the way that the world works. But he's just not shit today.
But he's still his stunt from last year still relevant.
Right, but I mean, like, social media, like social relevant. You know what I mean? Like, it got to stay hot. It got to stay fresh. Hey, BT.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Fresh.
But you built $1 billion. Now you built $1 billion empire, and now everybody who helped you build an empire, you shitting on them. Don't say it.
The way of the world. It is the way of the world.
And that
I think he'll lose a few coins, but I definitely think he'll bounce back.
How long is it gonna take him to bounce back though? How big of a hit he gonna take before he bounce back?
It kind of seems like the world that Kanye live in, he okay with it. I mean, I can't speak for him, but it just don't seem like he too bothered by too much, unless it's Kanye. I mean, Kim and that guy. Other than that, he don't really care.
So you say something behind it. What you think behind the madness? What you think he's trying to do?
I do think that Kanye suffers from some mental illness. I think he got a lot of unresolved things that he has to deal with within himself, and a lot of this stems from just that. Some of it is not, like, for me, I don't think it's like ulterior motive. Some of it is just literally mental health crisis.
BT, what's up, man?
What's good, man? How y'all feeling?
Good. Congratulations on them Astros getting back to the chapter, to the World Series,
World Series, baby. Our home field. That's what we do.
I want y'all win. I want y'all win it, man. I don't want y'all to turn into the Buffalo of baseball, man.
Man, or you mean the Atlanta Braves in the 90s?
Don't forget who won last year.
Yeah.
And who we beat. So y'all won't get y'all revenge back on us. So y'all have to get somebody else.
Yeah. Man, Kanye West, man, I mean, I think he's either an evil genius or he about to crash and burn. Because, like, what if Forbes said that his net worth shrunk all the way down to $400 million after losing the Adidas deal? Right. I mean, so that Adidas deal was worth over $1 billion? I mean, all right, I understand. I mean, man.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, I understand that, man. I understand. Now, I wonder if he's going to be able to recreate this. If he's going to be able to recreate all of his wardrobe and be able to get it out to his people like he normally did. Because Adidas they have a major distribution system, manufacturing and distribution. If Kanye if he can't duplicate that, that's gonna make his brand go into the toilet. I mean, and it's gonna make him fall off. And he probably should have organically did this. Just let the deal run out and then go on your own. Go on your own and do everything else that way. And then eventually, that's like Tyler Perry, right? Tyler Perry, I think he started out with a deal with like Lionsgate, and then he eventually started producing his own films, and then He said, why do I got to keep going to these to Hollywood studios to do stuff? I'll just build my own. But Tyler Perry didn't cut off his deal. He didn't cut off his arm in the middle of his deal and then go build and then go try to do his thing. He honored his contracts and let it run out and then built his stuff up organically. That's how you build empires. That's how you build, that's how you build dynasties, like that.
I think somebody in their right state of mind could do exactly what BT said. But again, I think a big portion of him suffers from some major mental health.
Yeah. I believe you. I'm with you on that. I believe in taking a step back to take 2 steps forward, but I think Kanye took 5 steps back today. I really do.
That was his biggest contract one.
It had to be, absolutely.
I know he lost Gap, he lost Adidas, he lost the Gap, he lost Balenciaga.
He even lost some players from Donda Sports that they was representing. Aaron Donald and Jaylen Brown.
DVP, what's up, man?
There he is.
Oh yeah, man. I'll address the issue early before we got started. I'll address the issue that I put in the group chat, man.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'll address that issue, man. And for them guys to go on there to say what they say, and then they don't have the nerve to show up here. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got the ball to show up and address it right here. You know what I'm saying?
I missed what happened in the group chat. What happened?
You see?
Give us a recap, Rob. I'm lost too.
You know the guy Fu brought on yesterday. So on they show,
is it the woman hater guy, the slim dark skinned guy?
Oh, there's some guy named Gravity, Kid Gravity.
Oh, Kid Gravity.
Yeah, Kid Gravity. So they went on. They showed the next day, and they talked about two. I don't know who the two food war they was talking about on this show. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, let me bring my face back to the camera. Go ahead.
Oh! What they talk about me?
I don't know. They say two fools. You know what I'm saying? I guess they were upset because we challenged Kid Gravity. You know what I'm saying? But like I told
what
them,
made y'all fools? What did y'all say that supposedly made y'all fools, or whoever the fools were?
Well, they hate Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, we're going Stacey Abrams.
So the reason why Fu say he's not voting for Stacey Abrams because she's against reparation. So he brings this guy on who got evidence that she said she was against reparation. I played 2 videos. Neither one of the videos proved that she said she was against reparation. So you know what I'm saying. The show they run, it's a propaganda, really a propaganda show, and it's a kumbaya show. Everybody agree with each other, how each other feel. But on this show, everybody, can say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Say how you feel. Right. I don't know how nobody gonna feel on this show. I don't know nobody's position. You know what I'm saying? So it was basically that. And so Fu said on that other show, I mean, damn, you give me a plug. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At least give me a damn plug. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, so it's crazy, man. They on their platform. They don't like to be challenged, and you know what, man? Like me and DVP are pretty much we're aligned alike, but we don't agree on everything. But I listen and I accept what he tells me, especially when it comes to when he knows on a subject like that he knows more than I do, like law enforcement. I'm not gonna sit there and argue him down or be disrespectful, but I can respectfully disagree with him, and that's what it's all about. Respectfully disagree, but we go in the same direction. That's what we need to be as a people.
And DVD came on. He gave his points of what he like about her and what he don't like about it. By both candidates, he didn't. You know, say that was his opinion, but he didn't say I got proof that she hates this and I'm gonna prove it. No, you come on here. If you got the proof, I'll play it. You know what I'm saying? So now you want me to change the whole show around to keep playing your shit that you think everybody will believe. I gave you 2 chances. You didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
If they would be honest and say, you know what? I don't think a black lesbian woman is the right leader for Georgia, I would respect that. I wouldn't agree with it, but I would respect that if you come out. But they don't want to say that. They want to dance around it and nitpick on little stuff like reparations. Like the governor of Georgia has no power for reparations, none. All right, and then you look at the governor now in Kemp. There is a 0 chance that he would endorse black folks to get reparations.
Exactly.
So it doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That if that's the main reason why you don't want to rock with a oh man, I can't say no more.
Yeah, and that's exactly all I was saying. Make it make sense, man.
Yeah.
You don't want to vote for her because she'll give reparations, but you don't have to prove that she said that. And that's you hinge your whole vote on that.
Yeah.
Just like you said, just say you just don't like a gay woman. I don't even know if she gay or not. I mean, it's just
I was gonna say she gay.
I mean, a lot of people assume that because
they assume it, of course, because she's not married, no children.
DDD, what's up, man? Don't be sitting back in the cut, man. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's the whole issue. It's a lot of assuming going on. It's a lot of assuming. Oh, can y'all even?
Yeah,
can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we hear you good.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, it's a lot of assuming, but ain't nobody. When you ask them for facts, ain't nobody got nothing but how I feel, what I think. Those ain't facts. That's how you feel. Like I made the post earlier today. There's the truth, a truth, and my truth. My truth is my mom is the best mom in the world. I'm sure all y'all got the same opinion. So which one of us is wrong? That's not the truth. That's my truth. Right. And these dudes, they coming at her. And I ain't an Abrams fan. I ain't a Kemp fan. I'm looking for a good reason to have to vote for either one. I can tell you good things and bad things about both of them. And if we're going to have a conversation, let's be fair. I mean, old boy talking about Kemp locking up people for selling weed. What you talking about? Oh, I'm going to find it. And then what did he say? Oh, I can't find it. I know you can't find it. Governors don't lock people up. Governors don't even do that kind of thing. Then you start talking about Fani Willis. She doing indictments, which ain't lock up. But you got all these videos. Come on now. When you start a fight, what you swing with? You swing with your best points first. We watched 2 videos that was BS.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I don't like Stacey because she a woman. She ain't doing that for black people. Well, yeah, black people don't even know what they want to do something for us. We don't all want the same things.
These platforms that have press passes and stuff, they need to do it the right way. If they want to find out if Stacey got if she wants,
you weren't here. I want to apologize for my.
Say what?
Oh man, what I was saying is these dudes need to do it the right way. Like quit trying to chase politicians down while they're standing out doing stuff like volunteering. Wait till they're on a platform where they're answering questions. Go up there with your press credentials, ask the questions. How do you feel about reparations? What do you do you think that black folks deserve reparations? They probably not gonna dance around it, but that's the way you get. That's the way you ask about it. You don't wait for them while they walking into a building. Hey, do you believe in reparations? Oh, that's a no. Oh, it must be a no. No, that's not how you do it.
I agree, BT, on a very smaller level, kind of similar to how I feel when parents see me in the mall or the grocery store, and then you want a conference about your child.
Yeah,
right now. So now you're going to say, "Oh, well, she didn't even care." It's not that I don't care, but I get tired of myself too.
You off the top.
I'm not answering your question right now. You can take that however you want to.
Wait. You yep.
We here. So as a result, BT and Rob, who were they saying were the better candidate? Were they saying that Kemp was the better candidate?
they didn't provide any information that he was the better candidate, but like that whole thing is against Stacey Abrams. It's not.
I mean, is that the only reason? That's it.
I got it pulled up. Let me play. I was just trying to watch it and give some support. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know you're gonna do all that.
Yes,
You
sir.
see his head? Here's the thing. He had a little bit of hair last night, but after last night's show on the other podcast, where they was getting on his motherfucking nerves, I think he pulled the rest of his motherfucking hair out. That shit,
Yeah.
man, last night was ignorance on a million. And the way I'm gonna tell you this is, I clearly stated, and I said this very clear. I don't believe that Stacey Abrams and or Warnock can deliver on reparations. But if they flat out say they are against it, I can't vote for them. Both of the clowns on the show saying, well, reparations can't happen. What did I just say? They like that shit went right over their motherfucking heads. And I'm like, damn, like what the fuck? And I'm stressing certain shit over and over and over again. Those two didn't get it, but a lot of people did. And that's where we are, because to me, we have to disseminate the right information. And
I think Stacey Abrams has been proven a liar 3 times already.
Mm-hmm.
She first said she lost the election because it was stolen. And she said that, he was the illegitimate governor because black people weren't smart enough to get to the.
See, even that was a lie. Shit, that lady ain't never said black people weren't smart enough to do that. And that's kind of like how they show go. They kind of like touch and agree on shit. You know what I'm saying?
And take off with it.
Yeah, when you come over here, you're gonna be challenged.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't like to be challenged. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I ain't gonna get too far into that right there. We talking about Kanye West, man. Let's jump back on Kanye West. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to. This shit crazy. You know what I'm saying?
See, and my biggest problem with Kanye West, I think he's extremely selfish, and and he wants attention because he wants that attention to turn into business, which is fine. Okay. But I think he torments the black community while doing that. Going back to that slavery was a choice. And of course, this white lives matters. See, like what I'm saying is, by him saying white lives matters is basically saying that police brutality in the black community is really not a thing. And that's what he's telling white people. And he's providing white people a source to make that argument, if that makes sense. Because now they're going to be like, see, all lives matter. White lives matter too. Black lives, of course, black lives matter. We know that. But they're minimizing what's going on with police. And we know that's a problem. We know it's a problem. They don't know it's a problem. And Kanye is throwing gas on that fire, trying to tell black folks to shut up. Like black lives, like black lives matter, black lives don't matter. I mean, and I think that's destructive to the black community. It really is. You don't have to like Black Lives Matter organization, but you got to follow the movement.
Yeah, you got that, and now you got George Floyd family. They suing Kanye because Kanye said he died of fentanyl.
Yeah,
he didn't die. He didn't die because he got choked. The needle in his neck didn't kill him. It was the fentanyl that killed him. You know what I'm saying? He's just going off on the deep end. So now you kissing these white folk, and now you pissing black folks off, and now you don't piss the Jews off, and now you finna take a fall.
And them white folks ain't finna save you. They not finna save you.
No, they
gonna let you. They gonna let you drown.
Yeah, because they got out of them what they want out of it.
Right. They got everything they need.
He said what they want to say. You know what I'm saying? Him and Candace, or they doing what they want them to do without having to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Here's another thing. Kanye West is supposed to be buying the social media company Parler, right? Who is part of the Parler's CEO is George Farmer. Who is George Farmer? Candace Owens' husband. Now are you starting to put the puzzle pieces together? Candace Owens put out this documentary. She needs pub for it. She puts on the White Lives Matters shirts, gets hand in hand with Kanye, and gets in bed with him. He purchases Parler, makes that stock go up. Now what? I mean, all he's doing is making Candace Owens rich, and he's making and he's boosting that bigoted platform. That's all. That's all, and that's what all this whole stunt is going to add up to be.
So, what's the end game for Kanye, man? You think he gonna like come out like he had a mental breakdown or something like that, and everybody gonna feel sorry for him? And oh, poor Kanye. Now he's a spokesperson for that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody gonna say, "Oh, y'all doing Kanye wrong because y'all know he's something wrong with it." You know what I'm saying? I think that's how he gonna try to get back into it. You know, like I said, I like Kanye, man. His music, you know, the man's on top of the world, music wise, fashion wise.
You know who Kanye West is like? He's like that dude Charleston White. You ever hear Charleston White watching one of his videos where he'll go off crazy talking bad about rappers and all that, but he'll have a good message or two in there, but then say some off the wall ridiculous stuff, like destructive stuff. His antics and his destruction outweighs the truth that he says. Kanye says some truth, but all that other foolishness drowns it out. That stank from that foolishness, it drowns out the truth that he talks. And at the end of the day, you can't rock with that.
I agree, man. I totally agree, man. So I guess everybody keep your eyes open to see what next for Kanye, man. Let's get into the next topic, man, before we get to our domestic violence. Why do y'all women stay in these relationships so doggone long? And what's wrong with y'all fellas, man?
Uh-oh, and that camera popped back on quick.
That camera popped back on quick in his head.
Presents.
Okay. We're gonna touch a little bit about this, your boy DeSantis, Brett.
Modern life in the public school setting. Governor?
Well, Florida statutes require teaching all of American history, including slavery, civil rights, segregation. It's important that that's taught. But what I think is not good is to scapegoat students based on skin color. It's not good to distort American history by saying that American Revolution was fought to defend slavery, which is not true. I think we should have a history like Abraham Lincoln believed in our founding, like Frederick Douglass. These are great eternal principles. We've got a great Constitution, and people have used those principles to make great progress over the course of our country's history. I'm proud of our history. I don't want to teach kids to hate our country. I don't want to teach kids to hate each other. And the way to stop discrimination on the basis of race is to stop discriminating on the basis of race.
Congressman?
Thank you.
You know, he talks about not teaching about the history of our country that might offend some people in our schools. We ought to teach facts in our schools. We ought to teach the truth in our schools. There's an old expression, Ron. Those who don't know history may be condemned to repeat it. Usually people use that in reference to the Holocaust. It could just as easily be referenced to slavery in our country. It happened. It's a fact. We shouldn't have a whitewash approach to educating our children.
Mm-hmm.
That's not right. How are they going to do well in life if they don't even know our own history? And we're not going to teach people to hate each other in our schools. I don't know where you get that idea. I don't have hate in my heart. And I don't think we need to be doing that in our schools. Why you think that's happening right now is beyond me. We need to get back on track. We need to apply common sense. We need to do what's right. And you're taking away from all these other issues because you don't want to talk about taking away a woman's right.
Yeah, so that man could potentially be the president of the United States. It's a big chance that he's gonna be the next president of the United States of America, a white nationalist. And now he actually proposed a bill to make teaching critical race theory a crime. So you teach critical race theory in school, you could possibly go to jail for that, for teaching the truth. That's ridiculous, man.
How are they going to enforce that? How are you going to enforce critical race theory as if you're teaching just the truth, how is that critical race theory? You know what I'm saying? So what,
like DVP said, it's everybody's different truth.
Right, exactly. There's no way to enforce that. So that's just politician talk.
But the thing, you
but the racists are gonna go for it.
Yeah.
The racists are gonna eat it up.
But it's history, it's facts. It's not like people lying. People gonna be teaching the facts about, you know what I'm saying, about America. How you can make that a crime if people teaching the truth? And it just, you know what I'm saying, this man could possibly be the president of the United States.
Because we're some of us so busy worried about reparations, we don't care about what our children grow up with. We focused on something else, and the truth ain't in it. We because y'all, and I'm mixing issues because I could still hear, and I'm quite pissed about what I heard. I'm gonna try to stay focused. But Ann and BT, and I want Ann to speak on this. See, the critical race theory that most people talk about, from what I understand, is a college level graduate course, and we need to stop. We need to stop speaking the wrong language. I think that's a big problem with us as a people. People get us to say the words they want us to say, and then we get off track. Because from what I gather, critical race theory should not be taught in elementary school, in middle school, or in high school. It's a college level class. The truth about history should be taught. And that's what we got to stick to, and stop letting them veer us off track with that CRT thing. The CRT should just be for testing.
Right. Just like you don't teach calculus to elementary kids, you don't teach critical race theory to children. I mean, it's really that simple.
Then he had the nerve to say what he had. What happened to the Native Americans was a lie, and it's wrong to talk about that. I'm like, this man here is a nut, man. How these people getting up in these offices like that, man?
Man, see, here's my thing about him running for president. I think Trump is gonna get him to bow down, because I think Trump got dirt on him. I think Trump got dirt on him, and it's gonna make him. He's gonna pull that card on him, and then Trump gonna win the nomination again, man.
But see, Brett, in this climate, man, of politics, dirt don't matter. Look at all the stuff they got on Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
But why,
short of murdering somebody, nothing matters. You know what I'm saying?
But why would it matter when we got people preaching against people who might do, because they won't talk about reparations? We don't care. Remember now, there's a lot of people who are like the two fools because, boy, I'm pissed about that little name calling shit. But all they care about is getting some BS money that they ain't gonna never get. They don't care about the future. So remember now, and this is what one of them said. They'd rather vote for Kemp, and they don't care about him putting black people in jail before they'll vote for Stacey, because she don't want to give us no money. Not realizing what they can and can't do. I can complain all day to y'all about my mortgage. What can any one of y'all do about my mortgage? Nothing. So I'm gonna base our friendship. I'm gonna base our friendship on what you can do for my mortgage, which is nothing. So now, when the white man come up, see, he white, I don't expect it from him. So I'm going to give him $1,000, but I ain't going to invest in y'all stuff because y'all won't give me nothing. And that's that nigga mentality that keep us at the bottom, because these niggas come out and they yell so loud and they yell over and over and over. And the other people think that's how black people are, because look at what happened last show. They did everything they could to discredit Stacey Abrams. Like I said, I ain't a big fan of hers, but they ain't had nothing bad to say about Kim. Oh, other than he lock up black people, but that ain't gonna hurt nothing. We talked about who retired during Obama. Most of us on retirement age, but I actually retired and I forgot that. But we looking so hard to bring somebody down so we can suck up to the slave master. That's where our future is headed, when we got all these ignorant people going around telling everybody what they don't understand. So how do we come up with another crazy president? Because everybody would rather vote for the white guy than vote for somebody who don't say the magic word.
Right.
And Ann is a principal. And Ann is my best example. I ain't even talked to her yet, so Ann, don't get mad at me. I know we cool. But when you doing your stuff as a principal, do you have an agenda for black kids and agenda for white kids? Nope. You got a principal for that school. No. And this is what schools keep talking about. We got to keep doing stuff for people of color. That ain't the way real life works. You ain't gonna have a job if you only try and do something for black people. You gonna do something for the people who paying you. These politicians ain't getting paid by those broke ass people who smoking weed and buying rims and going off on rants talking about lesbians and shit. So it makes sense that other stuff get put ahead. Hell, they wouldn't have voted for Herschel because Warnock ain't said nothing. How dumb is that? But it don't matter. All they want is for black people to say reparations, even as BT said, they can't do it, but they want to hear it. And then you wonder how we misled so easily.
I think that what it is it's going to always be a divide. So regardless of where you stand on the issues and the person that you feel like is the best candidate to put up there, it's always going to be a divide. Excuse my voice, I'm a little hoarse. It's always going to be a divide. But the trick is to research, get all the information that you can about the person that you feel is the best candidate that you want to put in there, and then make your vote. Regardless of, at the end of the day, nobody that they put in office is going to have our best interest at heart.
There you go.
The reason why I say that is, and they're not going to have a lot of people, a lot of different classes' best interest at heart, because the person that we elect is just the front man. You have a whole slew of people that are behind them that have to give some kind of approval, a yay or nay, on issues that come before, which is why you have the Senate and you have the House. We want the best for ourselves, and we want to find the best candidate we think is going to be. And it seems like every time I vote for the person that I think is the best, they end up being the worst, because everybody has their own personal agenda that they are following. Yes, I'm going to tell you what you want to hear because I want your vote. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to do all these things, but when I get in here, I'm going to be met with opposition. And they're going to say, yeah, it's a give and a take. It is a give and a take. I'm going to give you this much, but then I'm going to have to take away this. In order for you to get this, I got to take away this. Unfortunately, that's how the system works. But you have to make the best choice of who you feel is going to be the best person. The sad part about it is we have an opportunity to have a black woman as a governor in Georgia. It may not happen because of everybody's political affiliations and how they feel about this particular woman and what she may or may not do in office. The other gentleman that's going, he may not be the best candidate either, but at the same time, I'm in a state that is predominantly a red state, which means that they predominantly vote Republican. And even if I vote for the person that I think is the best candidate, and so several others do vote for the best candidate they feel, we still may not get exactly what we're asking for. So it's one of those things like, okay, I have 10 things. I'm going to give you 7 out of the 10. And you're going to accept 7 out of the 10 because I'm going to get at least 7 of what I'm getting, over half of what I was seeking. So as far as reparations, to be honest with you, being a 48-year-old woman, I don't think that we're ever going to see that. I'm hopeful that it will happen, but I honestly don't think that there's going to be a candidate that's going to be strong enough to jump in and say, this is what we need to do, and we're going to give these reparations to the black people because these things actually happen. Of course, it's easy to say, it's easy to sweep stuff under the rug and make it seem like it never happened. They not only do that with us, they do that with other races too. It's not just us. It's a lot of things that they try to sweep under the rug that don't happen, that never happen. But I used to be a preschool teacher. I had all kind of kids of all colors, of all races. I was even learning Spanish from my Spanish family parents, okay? So when it comes to children see no color. All they see is, this is my friend. That's my teacher. This is my principal. This is the person that takes care of me all day until my parents return. That's what they see. So it's going to always be a great divide when it comes to adults, because we get older, we see the things that occur in our life, and we see the things that we've been through, and we may have had situations where we've encountered other races and it wasn't a good situation. But for kids, they see no color. It is all about, that's my friend, that's my sister, and they'll tell you that's my sister, and won't care. So we have to get back to a system of caring for one another. We don't care for each other no more. We have become a system of, I hate you, you hate me, but we're going to try to stick together because we hate this person over here. So, it's really sad, because I feel like y'all are in the fight for your life in the state of Georgia, and I'm just going to leave it like that, because you have an opportunity to put somebody in place that may give you at least 80% of what you're asking for.
Exactly.
But as far as reparations, we may not ever see that. I'm hopeful. I am very hopeful, and I'm not saying that it may not be somebody that come along that might get that, but we never back the people that we really feel like it's going to do what we need them to do, because we go along with the go along. I don't want to go along with the go along. I want to research the person, and I don't want to just base it on because I don't like that person. I want to base it on if this person is going to be the best candidate that I feel like is going to do what I need them to do. And regardless of that, you still have to worry about the low level, the presidency and all that. That's not where the work is anyway. We have to worry about the low level courts. We have to worry about the governor. We have to worry about the mayors. Those are the people that you have to research and put your all in and find out what they're doing and what they're going to do. They always say they're going to do something for our community, and then they get in there and they do a few things, and then all of a sudden we don't see them no more. It happens.
And the thing about reparation, nobody know what it looked like. What is reparation? Is just a word.
How can you put a monetary value on stuff that y'all did this? How can you put a monetary value on it? And what is the monetary value? That's what I want to know. That's a question. Maybe we can discuss that on another show. But what's the monetary value for hurt, for hatred, for pain and suffering?
It's never gonna be enough. So once, let's just say if they did put a dollar amount, the first thing they're gonna say is, "That's all they gave us." Now they gave us more.
It definitely not gonna be a monetary amount. It'll be something like free college. You know what I'm saying? Free college or something like that.
See, that ain't gonna do me no good because I'm not going back to nobody's school. So
whatever they do, another group gonna have a complaint about it.
That's what I'm saying.
If you give me 100,000, then somebody who ain't got as much, they be like, "Well, he got 100," because we still equality versus equity. And BT don't want to say nothing, but he already said if they give it to most of us, all we're gonna do is start buying Cadillacs and Rams because we still don't know how to do nothing. If they gave us 40 eggs on a mule, most of us don't know to do it 40 eggs on a mule. So the same grandmama house we lost, we're gonna end up losing again.
So just like they say, we have to learn how to change the narrative. And the change starts with us.
Don't nothing change until we change the people mind with money. We can sit back all day and talk about unity. Slavery.
We have to become the people with money, though. We have to be the change.
We ain't got no money. We keep saying that, but look in our neighborhoods and see why all the shops going broke because we won't spend our money with each other. We ain't got no real money. Everybody who has made it, every famous rapper who's Kanye made his money off white people. Jordan, look at all the billionaires. They made their money off white people. Until we get them and stop being so until ain't nothing gonna happen. That's where the money come from. And we keep fighting and we want everything to be pro-black. And I keep trying to tell them it's okay to be pro-black. You can't be anti-white. When you start being anti-white, you losing the major funding. Anybody who might agree with us, they're like, there they go with that again. And then they don't want to because we can't do it. Slavery didn't end because black people got mad. Slavery ended because white people got mad. And every step we make, if we keep overlooking this and thinking somebody gotta do something just for us, everybody gonna be like, hold on, that ain't the way this system works. Everybody gotta benefit from this somehow. Some may benefit more than others. That's where we get into equity. But it's this whole system of I gotta like the same thing that everybody else like, and we ain't. And when we elect somebody, you know, we don't hold them to task. Because when we sit there and say, well, what is it they didn't do that they said they was going to do? Everybody start coming up with a list of things that they would have liked. But who said he was going to do this? If he ain't never said, why we hold them accountable? Kemp people, when you ask them what Kemp didn't do, I'm not a Kemp fan, but I would be stupid if I sat back and said the fact that he stood up to Trump didn't give him bonus points. Because he could have sat back and tried to go along with the conspiracy. Kemp them ain't never went along with it. You get points for that, because I can't sit back and say that wasn't that wasn't an upstanding thing, because he could have just fell in line like DeSantis and all the rest of them. Oh yeah, we changing Georgia.
Well, he didn't go along with it publicly, but a lot of stuff he passed went along with it.
But no, when he was trying to get them votes, Kemp said he wasn't doing it. Kemp and Raffensperger, they weren't going for that vote thing. They was like, hey, we ain't changing this. Now, they have made voting a little bit harder, but when all that was coming down with him trying to get them electoral votes, Kemp wasn't going for that. And to sit back and not give him credit for that, it's saying that I'm a racist over facts. He did it. He, like I said, he could have bowed down. He could have started trying to change stuff. He wasn't.
But what I'm saying, behind up front, he didn't go along with it, but he still passed that bill, that voting bill. That people
talking about the election.
Anybody vote can be challenged now.
Oh,
and you better believe a lot of votes gonna be challenged.
But the one that they wanted to pass didn't pass. The one where your vote don't matter, that one didn't pass. That's the one they was trying hard for. Where they get to just say who we like.
Let this governor race and this Senate race be real close. They're gonna toss out a lot of votes.
Yeah, but that's because of niggas who want reparations and they ain't looking at the future. And the more we do that, the more we get into this selfish behavior, the digger ditch we dig for ourselves. Like I said, any of us that's in real business and as a professional, that's why I use her, and can't have a curriculum strictly for Black kids.
No, she has to be inclusion. It takes all of it.
She ain't finna give up her job. That's stupid to think that everything we do has got to be nothing but Black. What did he say? I'm tired of y'all saying Black and brown. Y'all just need to say Black. Dude, that ain't
gonna work.
That ain't the way nothing works.
Right.
And we got to get past that mentality and understand life is give and take. There's some things, and like I said, it's easy because she's a principal. There's some things Ann won't. Ann got to pick her battles. When the school system wants something or whoever she answers to wants something, she got to decide what's super important that she willing to fight for. She gonna have to give up some things to get some things. Her list of 10 ain't gonna all get done.
That's why I said they're going to give us at least 7 out of the 10, and we're going to accept the 7 because we're getting majority of what we're asking for.
But some things she going to get because she going to give somebody else what they want so they can vote for her however they do their thing. That's life.
That's right.
That's what happened in relationships. That's what happened in business. That's what happened everywhere. And, you know, that's why until we have an agenda with 10 things that we can go and we can negotiate, if you only got one something that you want to negotiate for, you already saying you're ready to lose. You already you ain't got no room for give and take. You don't have that. What are we gonna give these politicians? We're gonna give them some rims. We're gonna give them some weed. What we gonna give them?
You know. I know we laughing, but that's some real stuff. That's real talk. That's real talk. Depending on who's up there, that's real talk. Like, what are we gonna do here? But one thing I will always say, we're gonna always agree to disagree when it comes to politics and when it comes to religion. But on a good note, this is a good platform where we're able to voice our opinion and give what we feel like, is what we feel. I don't want nobody to get mad at me because I got my opinion. That's just, facts full of Tina.
And that's what it's all about. Everybody should have their own opinion. Everybody got their own opinion. Don't come on this show thinking.
It gives you something to think about. Even if you don't necessarily agree, it definitely gives you something to ponder on.
It does.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then even with that, you can still see where the other person is coming from. Like, they had some good points. I can understand why this person said that or why this is that way. And
I'm
it is.
just a factual type of person. If you can give me your facts to whatever it is, I'm gonna leave it alone. You know what I mean? And we're gonna be on the same page. But it's hard for you to argue me down about my opinion when you can't fact base what I'm saying.
Absolutely. And I agree with that. That's why this is the Everyday People Show. Let's shout it out, the Everyday People Show.
I'm okay with you being mad. Just don't be disrespectful. Because
right, because we're not here to disrespect one another. That's what we talk about.
I can accept your passion. I can accept us raising our voices. But you know, when I had to speak out of turn because somebody started yawning on me like I was boring them. I listened to everything you said without no faces, without nothing. Now, because I'm saying something and I know what, as BT said, I only step in when I'm an expert on what I'm talking about. Other than that, I listen to everybody else. When we start talking about certain subjects, oh, yeah, I'm coming front and center because I know you present misinformation, aka lies. Don't do that to try to get me to your point.
Misinformation.
That's why I appreciate it.
And that's all I was saying. Don't. If you say you got something, get to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you giving me is misinformation.
Because I went and looked at everything he was posting while the show was going on. That's all like, dude, this ain't what it say. I started quoting what it said. Oh, you got to look at the whole thing. Dude, put your best first. I'm not going to look at 20 minutes of stuff. He asked you for something specific. You want me to watch a 20-minute video doing a live show. You don't bump your head. What did the people say? We don't want to see no more videos. Everybody who was watching, we don't want to see no more videos. Every video you showing suck. I got 3 monitors up, so I'm listening to you, muting you. I'm listening because I'm looking at what he put. But this is the thing: when we sit down as a collective, what we got to do to advance us is that with the 5 of us, all of us come up with 2 topics that we think are relevant to Black people. Then we put together a group. And then we start trying to have some type of priority. So we got a system of things that we want and need to take to the other people. We can't just take one. Everybody want to raise, but if ain't no money, if that's all you got when they say ain't no money, what you gonna say? You gonna go back to work, man? It's like, well, shit. Well, can we can we start having pizza at least twice a week? You gotta have something to negotiate.
You gotta have something to bring to the table. You gotta have some kind of negotiation. This is all about negotiations, for real.
And we gotta learn. We gotta learn the language that we're speaking. You can't go to a meeting and you speaking emotionally and rationally. Your point might even be good, but the people don't know what you're talking about. You done got too
upset to give it.
You ain't talking what they talking. You know it is. So that's what we got to do. But we rather throw daggers and Ann don't agree with me or Latina don't agree with me, as opposed to trying to understand or empathize or say, you know what, Latina, I don't really get what you're saying, but won't you get your stuff together and you get your stuff together, BT, then we'll come together and we'll put all this together and then formulate a plan. So when it's time to talk, when we go to the meeting, when they start talking about something Latina want to talk about, I'm going to step back and let Latina speak. And we don't like it because I want to be the spokesperson. Because, see, I know everything and y'all don't know because, see, I get to see. Because, Robert, play the tape back. Your boy said he don't even vote. I remember when he said he don't vote. So you don't vote. So guess what? When you tell me you don't vote, you know what you ought to mean? You're a non-MFing factor. I don't care who you vote for, but when you tell me you don't vote, I ain't got nothing else for you.
Because what is the basis of your argument if you're not even voting? It doesn't even matter.
You lose the right to complain when you don't vote. My mama taught me, hey, you're right. When I know it's something I don't have no bone in, I don't care, I ain't voting. That way I can't say, well, what you think? I don't think nothing. I ain't have no part in that.
Right.
And this is what I say. I don't have to respect nobody's opinion, but what I'm bound to do is not disrespect. And they say that, you know, them 2 fine lines. And that's what we got to stick. And I'm a man. I see some things different than Latina and Ann. That don't mean neither one of us is wrong. It just means our priorities are different. I got an 8-year-old. My priorities are different from BT's. BT may not care nothing about children. Is that wrong? No, he don't have no children. So he think about on a regular basis.
He said you ain't got no kids.
I got a grown daughter.
Yeah, they don't count no more.
He got 5 kids.
So
you got about elementary and middle school children.
And see that those are the little things we don't think about because we don't empathize with what other people are going through. And you know, because I do a lot of security and people scared of stuff. I make a decent amount. That ain't got nothing to do with people who hungry. If they hungry and they ain't get the money, we ain't got the same fight. We ain't got the same fight.
You're right. I agree with that. You're right.
We're gonna move on to the next topic, man. Why do women stay in these relationships, man?
That's what I came for. You got to understand the cycle of violence. You got two women here because I did domestic violence for like 12 years.
You know I got to play a video some further. Though.
Oh yeah, go on get your video.
Come on, run your video. Let me.
And we're gonna talk about the flip side too.
These people are.
Come on, baby. You know it's about to go down.
These people are acting, but you know, so I thought it was a cool video. Not a cool, but whatever.
Go ahead and play it.
How did we get so far behind on the light bill? What have you been doing?
Clearly, he ate all the energy. Like, what? Man.
I've been giving you.
I've been paying the bills. I mean, last month the bill was.
What? I don't remember you telling me nothing like that.
I told you it was over $100 last month.
I just told you that you didn't tell me.
You told me you would never hit me anymore.
You know what? You really are seriously good for nothing. You don't clean, you don't cook. It's practically a waste of time. I mean, what am I even with you for? Huh?
At this point, I'm questioning it too.
Somebody cooking because he eating somewhere.
Stop! Stop!
Did you just say?
You're hurting me. Please stop.
What did you just say?
Okay, I done had enough.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, we ready. Let's go on and get into this. So, and I did bring the flip side.
So I added the men into it. So I made a 2-part question because I didn't want to be singing like it was a woman thing. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what you feel like the man part. What make a man a coward? Ooh.
I call us cowards.
That's what you call flip side wrong. Oh my god.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cause
No, Rob. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it, Rob.
What you shaking your head for? Because you know it's about to get real raw in here, don't it?
BT, you just buckle up. Just buckle up.
You got the flow.
Buckle up. Okay, so listen. So I've never been in a domestic violence situation. However, this subject is near and dear to me. I've had to rescue my friends, and I've also had to rescue my sisters. Okay. I asked them, you always want to ask, why did you stay? Why did you stay? Why you didn't leave? So even from watching that video, that man was physically and verbally abusive to that woman. And whatever situation she was in before they got together, he made her believe that he was her all in all. In the midst of that, most women stay because they feel like, oh, he only hit me once. It's only going to happen one time. Oh, he pays the bills. He takes care of the kids. I don't have to want for nothing, but he slaps you at night because you didn't cook. A lot of times women feel shameful. They feel like nobody is going to understand them. The person always makes them believe that nobody out here loves them more than them. They also make them believe that they can't do better than them, that they're no good. And since they think that that's the type of love, they think that love is love, they stay. Also, personal history and background of women that may have grown up in homes that may have been a domestic violence situation. They may have seen their mom get beat by their father or by various men, or their grandma, or whoever that raised them. They may have been in that type of situation to where psychologically it makes you believe that it's okay.
Can I get?
Unfortunately, a lot of times they don't have the opportunity to get out. My friends and my sisters got out. And I'm grateful.
Let me jump in. I want to ask her what she means by opportunity
they
to
don't
get out.
leave because domestic violence
Opportunity to get
are
out.
no different than coke, okay? Once you
Yes.
enter into a cult, you are brainwashed, okay?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
have no thoughts of your own. You are incapable
That's right.
of thinking of your own because you have been brainwashed. There is
Yes.
nothing that I can tell a young lady. I don't care how sweet I make a picture seem to her. She's already been brainwashed to believe what it is that she believes. If you
So you saw
cannot
something that was bothering you?
pick that woman up and take her out of this situation, she's
Michael.
going to continue to go through it. Better yet, majority of these women have been rescued and they go back because you are brainwashed.
And they go back.
You are a part of
Yes.
a cult, and you feel that's where you need to be.
Yep. Or they manipulate them with the children. If you leave me, I'm gonna take the kids.
And most
Because
of them
you don't
are
have a
uneducated.
job.
They don't have
Yes.
anything. They don't have work experience. So the first thing they say is, if I leave, where do I go? If I leave, what do I do? I don't know how to do anything. I don't have any skills, but taking care of a house and taking care of kids, what do I do? That's the
And
same
nobody's
reason
gonna
people stay
believe
on
me.
jobs forever and ever and ever, because all I know how to do is drive a train. I don't know how to do nothing else. If I leave this job that I've been on for 35 years, what do I do next?
But your life is at stake. So
you don't know that when you are brainwashed. You don't realize that when you are brainwashed. Also, majority of these women that do make it out, they make it out just to their death sentence because the man is going to do what he said he's going to do, and majority of them die behind leaving. So you damned if you do, and you damned if you don't.
Well, the first thing
Where you have to have and like I said in the beginning, it's a lot of shame. I don't want you to know that my life ain't perfect, because in the public side, I got the best husband ever. But when we go home, he beat me.
And they threatened to
But
leave.
all y'all
I told my
see-
sister, I'm gonna leave. I promise you this is the last time. And
Yes.
then when I leave my sister's house in the middle of the night and I go back over there. Now
Go
call
right
my
back
sister and say,
over.
oh, he done blacked my eye. Can you come get me? No, I'm not coming to get you because you keep running back. So now anybody
Yes.
that would have saved that person is gone because they don't believe you anymore. And I'm
They moved
not
away
going to
from
put
people.
myself in harm's way to try to come rescue you when you've already showed me what it is that you're going to do. I love you, but I got to love you over here because I still got my own kids to take care of.
Right.
One of the big things that's missing is that, remember, a lot of these women feel shame because they have went to Ann, they have went to her before,
Yes.
and they don't want to admit that something is wrong. And because I did this, when the honeymoon phase is going, life is great. The honeymoon phase is a setup, though. The honeymoon phase for most of these abusers ain't no different than what pimps do. They're gonna build you
Exactly.
greatest. They're gonna make you cut off all your friends who they think got strength. Oh, why you always talking their anger? You know, she always got salt. She just don't like me. She don't want you to be happy. And guess
There
what?
it is.
When most people get in relationships, men, you know what they start doing? They start cutting other people off. And so once you push yourself, which is what the abuser needs more than anything else, because he's showing you good life. He gonna take you to places. He gonna take you on some cruises, buy you some roses, and then beat you because and have you thinking, oh, see all this stuff I did for you and I can't get this.
Yeah.
And in their cult mind, they believe they deserved whatever it is that he did to them because of what they did or did not do. Oh no, girl, I deserve that, girl. I didn't clean the dishes when he got
I didn't even cook for him.
He was supposed to hit me.
He a good man when I'm doing this, so it's my fault because I made him not be a good man because that's what they.
I made him mad. I made him upset. Yeah.
A lot of them, this mouth, I be beat up every day. Good God, honey, I couldn't do it.
Prey on the weak. They kind of like know when a person is weak, so they kind of like know what to look for. It is it's easy to get in those situations. I tell people like never say what you'll never, because a lot of people I'm just speaking from experience. A lot of women that get in abusive relationships, a lot of people have daddy issues or just traumatic issues,
major
and
insecurity.
so what he do is he come in and he make her feel loved. You know, he give her something never been given, whether it's good attention or bad the wrong attention or the right attention, but he give her attention. And one thing about the way we set up is, if we have been around pain and we have endured pain, if pain recognize pain, you know what I'm saying? So if he coming in and he treating you in an abusive way because you have been, I'm trying to find the word. If you have been affected in some kind of way, and they say your upbringing, and it's just been painful, you've been abused by your mom or just seen some kind of abuse, and you could be raped, molestation, because it happened to me. I said I would never, because I had a cousin that was getting abused, and I was like, oh, that'll never be me. I could never, you know what I'm saying? But I had been through some things in my life, and so when I met the guy, with not just that guy, a couple of them, they was very abusive, physical abuse, abusive mentally and emotionally. But the mental and emotional was worse than the physical abuse. And because I had daddy issues. So any way that I can have a man in my life, whether he was beating me, doing me right or doing me wrong, long as I was able to be in the company of him. And they would come, and these guys, they make you feel good, so they give you something, they take it away. They give you something, they take it away, and you want to get out. But everybody around you, people are so critical and so judgmental to when you want to leave. I can't go over there because when I get there, all they gonna do is we do this too much instead of embracing somebody. So when she go over here, she won't out, but when she gets there, you just send her back to where she was at. Cause hey, well, at least I got the bills paid there. But he gonna take care of the bills. He gonna take care of all of that. So if they gonna treat me wrong over here too, so I might as well be over there.
It's like DVP said, it's a pimp mentality.
Yeah,
I'm gonna treat you good while you're doing what I need you to do for me. And the minute you don't do what I need you to do, then I'm going to slap you around a couple of times. But then I'm going to tell you I love you, baby, and I'm the only one that love you.
I also agree with what Tisha say when she says that they know them. My father definitely preys on vulnerable women. He preys on women that he feels that he can get, that he can manipulate. I always tell him, you're going to run into a me, and she's going to be your worst nightmare. She's going to be your worst nightmare. A woman like me, he'll talk to me and be like, oh, Andrea, I met this girl, and she beautiful, and da-da-da-da-da. And 3-4 days later, I'm like, Daddy, what's going on with her? Oh, no, she talked too much, and she said this. No. She wouldn't let you run her. Go ahead and tell me the truth, Daddy. She wouldn't let you run her. That was the problem. It wasn't that she was too strong of a black woman for you. But the ones who are, what you want me to do for you? Oh, no, I'll do this. And you love them. You love the ground. They walk on. You're going to shower them with all kind of attention. But the ones who going to tell you how you not going to treat them, you don't want them. But it's like he finds them. He knows them. I'm wondering, is there like a club or something that these women be hanging out at? Is it the vulnerable club? Because you always find them.
It's like drugs. I dated a girl who told me that if I didn't hit her, I didn't love her. They will seek you out. And
it's their vibration.
Is that women have to start speaking more about it, because a lot of the women, when I was doing the TPOs, a lot of women ain't never seen a non-abusive relationship. So a lot of them just think it's just it's kind of like women who think all men cheat. If that's all you're normal, accept that mentality. If you think that all men are violent, you accept that. You saw it happen to your mama, your auntie, your grandmama. You just think that. So you got you a decent beater. At least your beater is paying bills. He ain't putting you out on the street. He ain't pimping you, and they don't see it enough from good women hearing the stories about what it is. Trying to get out, when I'm listening to these women who got their money already, they ain't doing good with their money. And that's the easiest way to get caught up in this, is not to be good with money. Because once you become financially dependent on him, you can't.
There it is.
And if you got a kid, shelters are hard to get by.
There it is, right there.
A kid, and don't let that child be a boy. It's even harder now because they set up for women and girls.
Yep.
A boy child is a whole nother issue. So if he plays his card right, if he's a professional predator and he watching, he see you when you're looking down. And you'll be surprised how many strong women get caught up because now they got a whole image to upkeep. That they don't want people to know that they're being abused. They don't, because nobody would have ever thought it was me, because they got that image and they hold to it. Like Ann was saying earlier, they don't want nobody to know that my husband is a womanizer, he's an abuser. So society sets them up to stay in abusive relationship, even though they'll say all this other bullshit. They set them up for it. Because the shelters ain't meant for them. The shelters are meant for a single woman who ain't got nothing to come in there and feel more dehumanized.
So DVP.
Yep.
Speak on the man side of it. What make men turn into that?
Can I just, before DVP say
jump
something?
on in there,
say something real quick. I'm only speaking from from what I know. My dad is like that because his mama showed him absolutely no attention. His mama was the meanest thing and still is the meanest thing walking. So I feel like now he wants attention from women. He wants to be able to dictate things that he could not do with his mama. He couldn't talk to his mama. He couldn't tell his mama what he wanted. So now he runs to women that he can run. He don't want a strong woman like his mama. He don't want an outspoken woman like his mama. He don't want a woman that's going to stand up to a man like his mama. So that's why he goes find those weaklings, because I don't want you to be nothing like my mama. He despises her. He loves his mama, don't get me wrong, but he despises how strong she was, and he don't want to deal with nothing like it.
It's really no different than rape. It's about power. It's about power. It's about the insecurity. Now, don't get it twisted though. The best predators go after powerful women because it makes them feel better. But most of them just looking for that, and they do it because they can. They do it because of the dumbest black myth that we keep saying. And I was at the thing the other day, and I told if I could cut out something in our whole history, I would stop us from saying that we beat our kids because we love them. That shit stick. So women hold on to this, guys hold on to this. Oh, I'm only beating you because I'm loving. The same thing they heard from their parents. So they don't know it's an immediate disconnect because they don't want to disconnect from their parents. But we keep pushing that love and violence go hand in hand, and they don't. So they don't even know that it's time to leave because they're like, yeah, my daddy did this to me, or my mama did this to me. So they carrying that same cycle, and we just keep repeating it because, abusive. Like I said, I told a girl that I was crazy about. She said, you must not really love me. And I was like, why? She said, we've been together all this time and you ain't never hit me. Do you really even care about me? And I was like, damn, you might have a point. So I don't love you. I ain't know.
How long you stayed with her?
Say it again.
How long she crazy? You stayed with her?
Bro, 2 months after that conversation, we had already but shit came from 3 abusive.
She wasn't crazy though. She was programmed. She was programmed.
That was what she. Every dude that hit her told her it was out of love. So she couldn't understand what I was doing, and I couldn't understand being.
And I'm gonna shoot you out of love.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you a story. I was doing a TPO for a woman. I'm reading a little thing. I don't know if y'all ever done the TPO. You have to write down list of violence, acts of violence. She said in her paper that she had been in the shower one day. Her boyfriend came in and stabbed her. And I was like, well, why did you stay after that? She said, oh, that's normal. We always have a fight. He done stabbed me, I done stabbed him. He done hit me with glass. I was like, damn. I said, so what brought you here today? She said, because he got mad. He grabbed me by my hair and tied me to a railroad track. I got scared. I said, well, who let you up on the road? She said, it was 2 boys coming across that got off the railroad track. That's what made her come get a restraining order. But being stabbed didn't make her get one. Him pointing a pistol didn't make her get one. Him cutting her with a glass didn't make her get one. Look at what she's going through, and she thought all that was normal. And I can't sit back and tell her it ain't, because in her world it is. And when we doing it, especially for women have got to be a little bit more. It's almost like talking to your kids. You got to have a poker face. You can't let them know that shit crazy, because then they'll shut down and stop talking. You gotta listen and try to understand that mindset. Because it took me 2 years to understand how a woman could get abused. Because my mama was a strong woman. Yeah, she had a boyfriend that was 6'4", and she tried to stab him with a knife when he hit her one time. She didn't go for that shit. But I'm looking at some of these women who go for it because it's just what they know. It's what they've been taught to accept, especially if they're on the lower end of the financial on the financial status. You got somebody who gonna help you do shit. You got a dude who gonna help you take care of your little bad kids, show you a little love, and this is the biggest thing we got to think about. And I'm using Ann again because that's my girl. If Ann got no money and she got kids, she don't want her kids to live in a shelter, so she'll put up with a little bit more shit as long as her kids got a roof over their head, because that's a basic woman mentality. They'll do whatever it takes for their kids to be okay. And if they mean they got to take ass whippings, guess what they do? They take ass whippings because they come with roses, they come with nights out, they come with a dinner once a quarter, but our kids always got somewhere to stay. And we have to slowly change that mentality and let them know there's something out there for them. But where? Because, and do you want your sister who's abused to come stay at your house knowing she gonna call him? Now he know where you stay, and it's such a catch-22 that people who can help don't want to help because that's the way to get hurt.
BT, you ain't one of these. BT kind of quiet. You ain't one of these guys we talk about, is you, man?
No, man, definitely not. Like, what tripped me out was like saying that how Ann was saying her father, preyed on certain type of women, and I kind of understood that. In my club days, I would go to the club, right, and I look for the birthday party. The women that be having the birthday parties, and you can spot each one. Who's the partier? Who's the drinker? Who's the wild one? Who's the worker? And who's the quiet one? And I would always pick out the quiet one. So, I mean, not so I could manipulate her, because I didn't want to pick up the party girl, because I didn't want to be out in the club every night with her, or worried about her out in the club every night. So I can understand how a predator can go out and pick out a woman that's used to being abused, a woman that's come from a bad situation, and that has like low self-esteem.
So women just not vetting guys long enough, or it don't matter how long. You know what I'm saying? Are these guys like waiting a year into the relationship?
You can't vet them. This is what they do for a living. These guys gonna be perfect until they know they got you under their thumb. They ain't gonna get you. Right. They gonna get you when you can sit when you ain't in yet. They either need to be living with you, or you need to be living with them. You need to be under their thumb. And the first 3, 4, 6, sometimes 12 months, depending on who the guy is, he can wait you out. But he needs to wait. Right.
Yes, my cousin was married to her husband 12 years. Her and I are the same age. My cousin was married to her husband for 12 years. No, they didn't have the best relationship, but she's a fire starter, he's a fire starter, but nothing ever, really physical, just a lot of shit talking amongst each other. Year before last, I'm sorry. She decided, you know what, enough is enough. We're just not compatible anymore. We just not doing. We're not rocking anymore. So she decided that they were going to split. They had a house together. She moved out of the house. She got her own apartment. She's in the apartment. His biggest thing was because she was a habitual shopper. Like, that's all she did was shop. So his thing was, you'll never be able to afford it out on your own because you shop too much. However, she showed his ass. She stopped shopping. She paid those bills. She did what she was supposed to do. So finally, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do right. I'm gonna, treat you better." Blah blah blah. So she said, "Well, you know what? Let's start to date again. Let's start there. We've been married for 12 years. I'm okay with that because I don't hate you, and I would love for my marriage to continue. So let's start dating." First date went wonderful. The second date flipped out on her. She was like, "Okay, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and go back to what we was doing. We're gonna sever ties." The next day, he asked her, "Well, you make extra money doing DoorDash or whatever it is that she does. Can you show me how to do it?" She says, "Yes, I'll show you how to do it." Mind y'all, they don't have no big blow-ups. If anybody would have asked me about the next set of events, would I have ever seen it coming? Never in a million years. I'm on the phone talking to her. This particular day, the Lord told me, "Don't go to work." I don't know why. I always go to work. I got perfect attendance at work. This day, I didn't go to work. I'm sitting at home, her and I are on the phone, and she says, "Okay, I'm gonna call you back. I'm getting ready to show him how to do the DoorDash." She got at his mom's house. 10 minutes later, I got a text in our group family chat that says, "Everybody say your prayers. Your cousin just got shot. She was shot 11 times." Okay. This man lured her to his mom's house. Okay. He wrote a suicide note and put it inside his mom's bathroom. So the mom called her. She was blowing up the husband's phone. He didn't answer. So finally she called my cousin, was like, bring him back to the house. He just left a suicide note. So she looked at him and she said, you gonna kill yourself? He says, no, I'm finna kill you. Shot her 11 times. Okay.
Shut up.
11 times. Shot her in her face 3 or 4 times, through her neck, her stomach, her arms, her hands. Some kind of way, through the grace of God, she was able to drive that car back to his mom's house. They was like a block away from his mom's house. She got out of the car. She was scared to go there because at this point, I don't even know if his mom is in on this. Like, what is going on? Never would have seen this coming. So it's not always where they're just being beat on and beat on. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes they just absolutely lose it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that was that. By the grace of God, she made it.
She survived 11 shots?
She survived. Not only did she survive, she went to Grady. Okay, she came home the same night. 11 shots. My right hand to God. If I showed you her right now, you would never know she got shot.
Wow.
The only way that lets you know that she got shot is because her mental is gone. Like, she's scared of everything at this point. She's scared of her own shadow. She's scared to be alone. She's scared to think. She's scared of loud noises. She's scared of everything.
Psychological
she
damage.
didn't see that coming. It's different when you know you got a monster with you. It's a whole different story when you don't identify them as a monster.
Because they don't present they present themselves in a pretty package.
So I'm just like I was
wow,
because I would have never seen that coming. If somebody would have said, do you think he's violent? No, absolutely not. He's not violent. Never.
He's in jail, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And of course he's trying to plead that he's crazy and that's why he did it. Keep in mind, guys, just to give you a little background, maybe about 3 years into their marriage, him and his cousin were somewhere at a dope house or whatever. Mind you, they're at a dope house. He got shot up. Okay. She was at his side the whole time, got him all the way back together. She's the reason that he was able to be a decent human being. And it's crazy that, also, guys, she tracked his location. He called her and said, I've been shot. She had no idea where he was, but just so happened she had tracked his location, found out where he was, and was able to call the police. Everybody else in the house was dead except him. So had she not showed up where he was, he would be dead too. I saved your life, and then you're going to take mine or attempt to take mine? Crazy.
It is definitely one of those points where, just like you said, it doesn't matter how long you've known them. You can know them for 20 years. You can know them for 5 years. You can know them for 5 months. The point is, hurt people hurt people. Absolutely. And it doesn't always show up, and you may not ever see it coming because they're so smooth with it. They're so smooth with it. They have it hidden. They may have been abused all their life, and now they decide, today is the day I'm going to abuse you. Just like he flipped out on your cousin and decided, today I'm supposed to kill you. You about to go. It happens. Okay. My sister was afraid for her life and her kids. She would not get out of this relationship. I physically had to go and pull her out of the house. No, she didn't go back, and I'm so grateful. However, my other sister had some issues with abusive men, and it's like almost that she seeks out those types. And we didn't talk about relationships last couple of weeks back about how when you go through things and you don't heal yourself, you're going to keep seeking out the same stuff, the same people. They don't look like the same, but eventually they end up being the same person. And unfortunately, we don't get out. On the flip side of that, it is abusive women. It's abusive women out here that abuse these men, and these men are too weak to get out of the relationship as well. It happens on both ends. The spectrum is huge. Absolutely. But for and to sit up and say no, it doesn't happen to men, that's a lie, because I know women that beat on men. And they ask the fool, honey, hold on, let me finish. They ask the fool and they beat on men, and these men are being abused, and they could be really good men. And guess what? When they finally split up, they go and they be with some woman, and they think that she's going to be the same way. Just like you spoke about your dad not wanting to be having a woman like his mom. They're going to do that, and then they're going to go out and abuse another woman because they just got beat up in this relationship. It's a never-ending cycle of abuse. But just know that you can get out. I'm done.
So should women? When you get in a relationship, should you lay down the ground rule like the first sign of your bull crap? I'm out.
No, she got to trust her instincts. Most women feel something, and they override their feeling. Whether they see it or not, the hair stand up and they ignore it. They keep putting it off something else because they know what their person is capable of. Women know when their arm band held too tight. They know if it's an accident or if you holding it for, and they ignore the little signs.
Mm-hmm. Because we date for potential. We love potential, not what it actually is.
When I say when you like somebody, when you love somebody, they ain't got to lie to you. You will lie to yourself about them. Everybody, I guarantee you, everybody saw a sign. Everybody saw a sign that this person was violent, but they blamed it. Well, maybe I'm overthinking this, maybe that, and then they it's like everything else. They put it back on them instead of him or her.
He only yelled at me one time. Right. Oh, he pushed me one time. It's all right. But no, it's not all right.
Yeah, when you get them by themselves, they can tell you about all the little times. Well, something wasn't right. He was like this, but I thought he just had a bad day. You know, when your man have a bad day, it don't make your hair stand up on your head. Your body will.
You're not going to come home and abuse me if you had a bad day. Excuse me.
And I just don't even play that talking loud. Like, there's no need for you to be. My daughter will tell you, never in her 14 years has she heard a man yell at me, scream at me, disrespect me, call me out. She's never, ever heard that. I just don't allow that in my house. If we can't communicate talking, we don't need to talk. Don't yell at me. Don't scream at me. I'm not going to yell or scream at you. Like, that's dysfunctional off the bat.
But we got to accept.
So she's going to know immediately if somebody started to yell, whoa, that's a problem.
But we know that some people love drama, no matter what we say.
Yep.
We can sit here and say we like stable relationships, but we all know, like one of y'all just said, y'all know y'all girlfriends like to hit on men. They love drama.
Yeah, I've seen it. Like they seek out those type of men that they can run over. Mm-hmm. And they seek out that type of relationship because, quote unquote, I'm the strong black woman. And it goes back to everybody having a place in a relationship. We all got to have our place.
But that
it is
language.
But violence is not the way on either part.
But it's their love language, and you can't. It'll take the act of Congress to get them out of that if they like it. I mean, just some of us grow out of it. BT, Robert, when we was young and dating, we put up with a lot of foolishness for women because our mind was hormonally driven. As you get older, most of us outgrow that, and we looking for stability and mentality. Most women do the same thing, but some stay stuck in that circle of violence because it's exciting. It's exciting. Woman told me, you don't get jealous. If you're gonna leave, you're gonna leave. But I ain't finna lose no sleep about you leaving. But women like men who are jealous. You know, I used to tell people, quit saying a man gonna go out the way he want. Y'all encouraging dudes to be stalkers. So if I'm trying to holler, tell me no. Oh, she playing hard to get, because that's what women say. Oh, a man gonna go out the way he want, but she done told me no. Oh, she just playing.
And I'm gonna take it. And now I'm gonna take it because that's what she playing hard to get. And then you get into
behavior from that type of dude. And we gotta stop. We gotta stop making excuses for men. And we're gonna pick on men because not. DB is not.
Where's Charisma? Get his face on this screen while he in this chat. He need to get his face up here.
We need you to come back to the chat, Charisma.
Don't speak for all women. I don't want no soft man. I don't want no soft man. I don't want no weak man. Okay. I want a man that is going to show that he's strong by beating on me.
No.
What did you say? What did you say? Because they like that thug crap. Who like
Charisma?
Yeah.
It works a whole 9 to 5.
No. Hey.
The dog ain't got no place in my
house. No. I'm back.
Come on.
I'm back with this, baby. We back again with this again. I done told y'all months and months ago. Y'all need to stop with this, man. This buffoonery, man. Y'all look, they're attacking my boy Ye. They want my boy Ye to fail. They want a strong, they want a powerful man of color to fail. Now y'all be talking about look, let me tell y'all something. You can't be out here with this weak stuff, man. Women don't like no weak man. I keep telling y'all this.
I don't want a man to beat on me either. How about that?
So basically, you got to be tough and strong and hit on women in order to be identified.
I didn't say that.
So
I
tell
didn't
me
say
what
that.
you're saying. You ain't saying nothing.
I didn't say nothing about no beating no woman.
What makes him not weak?
Listen,
what makes him strong?
I've
Okay,
been,
let's
listen.
listen
I
to him.
came in, I told you about my past relationships. I came in relationships being a nice guy, like, you know, take care of them, paying bills, you know, do all that nice stuff.
But you
They was
also
abusive.
said that you was in
They
the
was-
hood with these bitches too. You gotta
I got
remember
a
the
question.
hood.
Listen, I wouldn't
Can I interrupt? Can I
I don't
interrupt? I
judge
got a
nobody where they
question.
from. First off, I don't judge nobody where they from, where they stay. I don't do that. I never judge where they from, where they stay.
But it is what it is. If they're
Listen,
wretched,
you
they're
can
wretched.
you
If
can be a
somebody is
woman from the
homeless, they're
okay. You can be a woman from the
That's not
hood.
you
You can be
judging them. That's the truth. They're
listen. You can be the woman. You can be a woman from the hood. They don't make you a hood person.
Absolutely.
Rob, hey, Rob, there was a lot of women came from Rob from Rob. They still hood women.
You know, she was like this.
Hold on,
This is
hold on.
what you said.
Am I telling the truth, Rob?
Rob. Baby, I was raised
Let him talk, man.
You won't let me speak. She ain't gonna let me speak.
Let him speak. Let the man talk.
But you backpedaling. Don't backpedal. Come to the light, Caroline. Come on.
I've been in the light. I've been in the light long time. You ain't in the light with it. I'm telling you what's going on. When I was being this nice, when I was being this nice dude on this nice tip, the women were abusive to me verbally. My exes were verbally abusive. They were physically abusive.
Yeah, I wanted
they
to
were
get her.
promiscuous. They was ominous. They was rhetorical. They were cheap.
Oh man.
No, you got to come back.
So while he frozen, I'm gonna say this because this is a
Yeah.
common theme. Was
Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it them? Why did you keep picking that type of woman?
Come on, DVP. You gotta preach right now.
Here we go. Here we go with the night. Here we go tonight. John Norman. Here we go. Here we go.
Wait. Put up when we was 20 and 30 ain't the same thing.
Oh God. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on, my man might be on his break. Y'all let my man talk a little bit.
No, I'm off work. I'm off work today.
Okay, come on, talk. I'm gonna get it in then, bro.
Man, I'm trying to get in there, Rob. Check this out, man. I keep telling y'all the same thing, man. I don't judge people by where they from. I judge them because just like y'all said, your friend thought that guy was so nice. She first met him. Oh, he was this and that and all that. That's how they did me. It's the same thing, the same aspect. It ain't I'm keep picking the same kind of woman. It's the same aspect. They come in presenting one thing, but in back of their mind and what they went through that you don't know about the trauma they didn't dealt with in the past. You don't know about all that till you get to really know the person. I can't just judge a woman off. I can talk to you, and 3 months later you done flip the script on my ass. Like, oh, I thought you was a nice principal type. This, and you ain't the type of woman I thought you was. Same thing they presented. They was a sweet woman. I'm doing all this.
Excuse me.
But all
Can I
I'm saying
ask a question?
is the common denominator in all of those situations with those bad women is you. So all I'm saying is, Charisma,
it's not me. It's not me. I'm not the common denominator.
Hear me out,
let me finish because you didn't let me finish.
The common denominator in all those women is you. So maybe at that time you had a poor judgment of women. That's all I'm saying.
I did not have.
Okay, let him finish. Let him finish.
I did not have a poor judgment. I did not have a poor judgment. I was just only treat them like how I was taught to treat a woman. Now I could have came in on okay. So what? Let's flip the scenario. What if I would have came in and treat them like shit? Then you would have been like, man, you know, you're a bad man. You did them like that. Treat them like that.
Yes, you absolutely
exactly.
Would be a
so
bad
I didn't do them like that. I treat them like how they supposed to be treated. They treated me like shit. You understand? Now I could have turned up and flipped the script and got in trouble. And now what if I would have killed one of them? You know what everybody would point the finger at? Me, because I'm the aggressor. Oh, that's another angry man of color. He shot this woman 10 times, and y'all don't know what they was doing to me. But it'd be me. I'll be the enemy. But see, we don't know what we going on the other side. You understand what I'm saying? So you are quick to point the finger at the man and say, oh yeah, he's a man. He should have known red flags. He the aggressor. He shot the woman and kicked in the ass and all that. But nobody knows what's really going on. This woman all at my flight school acting crazy. She all in my dad and parents' house acting crazy, fighting all this stuff. I'm not even at the house. So that's what I'm telling you. So you can't be, and I've been trying to leave this woman. When I left this woman, she still tried to have her cake and eat it too, because she didn't want me to go forward with my life. But she wanted to keep me there so she can do what she want to do, and I can do what I want to do. So I kept telling her, look, I'm finna move on. No, you ain't. You ain't going nowhere without me. Nah, I can. Then, but it was getting crazy. So I had to finesse it some kind of way. So that's what you gotta understand. These women,
is it a woman or women? That's all I'm
saying.
asking.
I'm saying that was one scenario. I'm saying everybody's scenario was different. Everybody's scenario was different. That was one situation. The other situation with that woman was she was just a cheater. She was a verbal abuser, and she was had babies on with somebody else, a 10-year felon. See, she wanted the thug. So that's what she got. A crazy ass
So you
10-year felon, that
experienced
baby daddy.
domestic violence on the man's side. We talked about the flip side. So you experienced.
Right. You think that didn't hurt me when I go to court with this crazy ass woman? This dude come out of nowhere tomorrow. I've been knowing this girl for 10 years and years. I just got out of jail. And I'm like, bro, I ain't never heard of you or seen. Where the hell you come from? You think that didn't hurt me? You think I would have pulled a Brian Nichols?
That hurt people?
Yeah, but no, I'm saying that I could have pulled a Brian Nichols that day. Just like my man does. I could have pulled a Brian Nichols that day when that man walked in there. And if he would have said anything out the way, y'all would have been knowing me. I would have been locked up. Like, what the hell happened down in Fulton County? Because I could have just nutted up. But I held my composure and said, if that's what you want, you keep that. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
That's all I'm saying. It ain't right for a man to do nobody like that. It ain't right for a woman.
It ain't right for nobody to do nobody like
that's
that.
What I'm talking about. I agree.
Some of us have
we talked on both sides tonight. We talked on
but
the
I
man
never
and the
make that
woman.
mistake again in my life, though. Never, ever, 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 ever.
And see, that's what I need for you to say, Charisma. Because see, what you're doing right now is what I've done. At some point, for the change to occur, you got to look at the decisions that you make and why. See, I've learned. I don't start off treating women great. I start off treating them okay and let them progress. Same thing I tell them. When you first meet a man, you if y'all know what it is, if it's just sex, start to quit making a sex partner your king.
Yes.
Right.
Men vice versa.
Men have done the same thing. We see a woman and also we want to treat like a queen. For her to have been with a guy for 10 years and you not know, see, that means you ain't paying close enough attention.
Right.
We got to go slower because sometimes, and I wouldn't blame you, but sometimes we in different situations because we looking at we singularly focus and we ain't looking at the big picture. When I tell these guys, man, these women trying to use us for money. Well, if you have a conversation with her on the phone, you will know if she into you or she just into the phone.
We got somebody
all you keep doing is texting saying, let's go eat. And when she said, let's go eat, that's all she agreed to. Nothing else. Because some women will tell you they just want to ask them. But we keep doing crazy stuff. And as the leaders, the ones who want submission to kings, we got to do a better job of picking. And sometimes we got to do a slow roll and vet them.
Yeah. So that goes against the board, and we also have to you got to be healed before you take all that, but you don't want to take that baggage over there to somebody else. True. So like we said, on both ends, hurt people. Domestic violence is a big issue. It's not just a woman's issue, it's a man's issue too. It's on both spectrums. However, more women do get beat than men, but on both ends of this coin, men get abuse as well. And I understand what you're saying, Charisma. We talked about it, though. We talked about both ends of the spectrum. However, we also talked about, DVP said something real profound earlier. We were looking at things in, what you say, hormonally, was it hormonally vision? How did you say it? How did you say it, DVP?
Hormonal vision.
We were looking at things in hormonal vision versus stop looking at stuff in rose-colored glasses and really see that person for what they really are. And instead of ignoring those red flags because our hot pocket is hot, we have to learn how to discern and see those people for what they are. You watch their mannerisms with their friends. You watch their mannerisms with their family. If they got a good relationship with their mama, if they got a bad relationship with their mama, their siblings, their homies, you watch everything before you sit up and have a full commitment in that relationship.
That's true.
But like Miss Ann said, with the example of her cousin, they was together for 12 years before he decided to flip out. Now, that's not to say it may not have been some red flags along the way. It may have. And I'm not speaking on the cousin's behalf because I don't know her, but I'm glad that she is alive and well. And I'm glad she was able to move on and get out. I wish her the best in her healing. But we have to stop ignoring the red flags. Sometimes the red flags will not come in the 6 months. They ain't going to come in the 12 months. You might be with that person 20 years and all of a sudden, Edith, I don't like you no more. I don't like how you cooked them ribs yesterday. And now I'm going to slap you because today I feel like that's the mood I'm in. Here's the thing. We talked about this a few weeks ago. If you have a history of mental illness in your family, and you have a history of mental illness within yourself, you got to go seek you some professional help and get yourself proper. You cannot take that mental illness into a relationship and expect that other person to make you whole unless you are a whole person.
Jenny,
you have to learn how to love yourself enough. And I'm sorry, go ahead. You can go ahead and let the guest in.
Jenny, you there?
Yes, I'm here. I want to say hey to everybody. Latina, I was with you the show before last, so and
Oh, hey,
BT, you were
Jenny.
there. Hey. So I really wish that I had been in a position to chime in earlier, but what I wanted to do was just to give a different aspect of a type of woman that can be in these situations. A lot of the things that have been discussed are extremely deep, and unfortunately, I understand just a little bit what it's like to be involved with someone who is abusive, where they put you in a place where you're afraid. And certain type of women will be in a situation like that, and the reason why they may not speak on it or to share with anybody or stay in it is because they're trying to find a way out. They're afraid to allow themselves to move out of that relationship until they feel safe enough, because it's almost like the saying where you keep your friends close but you keep your enemies closer. If they know that they're being threatened, that if you leave, I'll harm you or I'll kill you or I'll hurt somebody in your family, they'll stay long enough to figure out, like, how do I get out of this where I don't get hurt? And that's in the beginning. It's not like way down the line. It's like in the beginning. And that's why I said certain women will be in a position where they'll deal with the man to start, and they'll see the beginnings of abuse. And then when they realize there's nothing that they can do to change it, or that this is just the way the man is, they'll stay long enough to find a way out without just bolting out and leaving the relationship. Because I was in a situation where I was very young at the time, but I was dealing with this guy, and I remember he just got really upset because he was kind of he had a jealous spirit. And I remember he came to my house one day, and when he approached me, he grabbed me. He had some flowers, but the flowers that he had, he threw them to the side or whatever, and so it was just kind of all over the ground. And he pushed me up against the wall of the outside of the building where I was staying. And unfortunately, a neighbor was hearing all of this, and she called. And when the police got there, and it was fortunate that she called, but unfortunately, when they got there for me, and when I look back on it, I asked myself, why did I do this? But when the police got there, they asked me what happened, and I told them nothing. I said it wasn't me. I said, I was afraid of him, because I was afraid once they left that he was going to harm me. And even my father came outside, and he was like, what's going on? And I said nothing. I said nothing happened, but it was evident because it was just, the police had been called, flowers on the ground. But I had to step away and think to myself, how do I get out of this? I don't want to poke the bear. I got to ease my way out of this relationship. So I didn't tell anybody, but somehow I eased my way out before it got too deep, because I knew in my mind, I care about myself and I don't want anybody to mistreat me. But I also knew he was a person that I was afraid that had tendencies to harm me more than just shoving me up against a wall.
Hey, Jenny, I got a question for you. I got a
Sure.
question for you. This now you got to be real with me now.
Sure.
I can't see you. I don't know what you look like. But I'm gonna ask you these questions.
Sure.
Now,
Go ahead.
You got to keep 100 with me. So how,
Sure.
I'm just asking, how do you look? How do you look? How do you think you look? How do you look?
Okay,
1 to 10.
so I'm not gonna rate myself, because I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I will say I will say that I get a lot of compliments. I'll just leave it
All
at
right,
that.
there we go. Now I'm getting somewhere. Okay, so when you met this guy, was it now? Be honest with me now. Don't give me no
Sure.
BS now.
Sure.
Was it internally, or was it like my man up top said, hormonal? Like, did you like the way he looked and wanted this guy to just say as a trophy piece, or you want this guy because y'all had some things in common and say, I'm gonna be with this man because he looked good, and when I go around my friend under my arm and he looked this and this and this, whatever. Was that what it was?
my recollection of this guy, I was so young. I was 18. So
Okay.
my recollection of him was he's cute. I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't have any other thoughts about him. I just thought he was cute.
Oh, so you didn't. So I'm gonna give you a pass. You was 18. See, I wasn't gonna give you a pass. I was older, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you a pass
Yeah.
because
But
you're
but
young.
even at 18, and I'm not saying I've had an easy life and I've never had any issues of things that I've seen in family and stuff like that, but I still had enough in me to know I didn't want to be treated that way. And
Yeah.
I also understood that I wasn't going to play with the possibility of him like killing me
Mm.
because
Right.
he was down the line before I actually got out of it. We got in a fight and he fought me like a dude.
Yo, yeah, they're gonna do that. Let me ask you another question. Another question. So, when he said, you say he developed a jealous spirit, right?
Yes.
What
Yes.
what drove? Let me ask you another question. How do you dress when you go out or when you're around him? Were you do you
Well,
do,
at
since
that
you said
time,
you're a good looker, right? So, do you dress?
I being at that age,
You
that
done
I
broke up.
remember wearing. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we can hear
Okay.
you. Yeah.
I remember during that time of my life, I wore like I guess what you would call leggings, but I would wear long shirts. I was always very like kind of
Got it.
I covered up, but like I would wear if I wore leggings, I had like the long shirts. So I wasn't a provoker, if you could use that word, but just say like we were out one day and we were at the mall at a bus stop. Mind you, I'm 18. So we're at a bus stop. We were coming from the mall, and a guy spoke to me, and he didn't say anything out of the way. He just said, "Hey, beautiful," something like that, and he punched the guy down. So it's like if you can't handle somebody speaking to me, then that's to me saying that you have some issues that I can't fix. And but again, at that age, I still had some sense in myself that I didn't want to be treated that way. And I knew that I couldn't control his feelings and I wasn't going to pacify him and make him feel comfortable in whatever way that would he would have needed by just whatever it would have taken. So I just made it a point to say I got to ease my way out of this because I can honestly say this. I remember there were times when he would call me and he could be on the other side of town. He was like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "I'm just going to the store. You better not go. You're not going." And I can remember a couple of times
Wow.
feeling afraid. I can remember feeling afraid and not wanting to go because I felt like he was watching me.
So, how did you get rid of this dude?
The way that it worked was he had a best friend, and his best friend, pulled me to the side and said, "Hey, look, you know, he's not. You don't need to be involved with him because I know him, and he's just bad news." Pretty much, after talking to his best friend, I just sat down, thought about it, talked to the guy, and I just told him, I said, "Look, I said I don't think things are gonna work because I feel like we're just not for each other." I took a chance. I
Right.
didn't know how he was gonna respond, but he was a little older than me too. He was probably maybe 4 years older than me.
Okay.
And I remember telling him, I said, I just don't think we're for each other. I said, "You're older than me, and I may be too young for you. And I just think we need to, part ways." And at that time, he was already kind of seeing that I was backing back a little bit, and it just worked to my favor.
What?
I
He didn't
was
shut
just
up?
blessed to be able. No, he
Wow.
didn't. It
Wow.
phased out. It phased out, but I had to still get to a point where it could be phased out. I couldn't abruptly walk away.
Mm.
I
Right.
had to ease my way out by lessening the phone calls, being busy, you know, and then having the courage to have the conversation with him. Because again, I was 18. That was new to me. But I also had seen violence and stuff in the area that I grew up in, and I've seen a little bit in the family here and there. And I just knew I didn't want that for myself.
Mm.
And so the difference between me and maybe a woman who stays in it is maybe the woman who stays in it, she's dealing with some other issues that are deep rooted where she hasn't found that ability
That
to
reason
walk
to leave.
away when she first sees it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
your story. Um, yeah, just like you said, I'm grateful that you were able to recognize at a young age that you didn't deserve to be treated that way and that you decided to get out. We have talked about a lot of powerful stuff, and it is it is definitely a conversation worth talking about all the time. We need to continue this conversation. Rob, I did send you the number to the domestic violence hotline. You may want to post that because this is a platform and a lot of people are listening and watching, and it may be somebody out there that don't know how to get out. And you know, of course, we always provide resources on this show.
What you send it to?
So, I put it in the chat, the group chat. Not on the show chat. On our conversation chat.
Oh well, I ain't gonna be able to pull that back.
It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me post it. But if you want to Google, all you have to do is Google domestic violence hotline. It'll pop up to put that number, and it's a text number too, because a lot of times they can't call. They're able to text to get out. But what I do want to, in parting comments, what I want to say is, if you are somebody that's out there being abused, whether you're a man or woman, there is ways to get out. There is numbers available, and there is seek help. Please get out, seek help. And then I also want to say that nobody has to be abused. We don't have to accept that type of behavior. And whether you've always seen that type of behavior, whether you've always experienced that type of behavior, you don't have to experience that. Find a way to get yourself out alive. Okay, we want you to be alive, and it's on both men and women. And also, I do want to say, if you having mental health issues, find a way to seek help. We don't talk about that enough in our community. It's taboo to need a therapist. Find somebody that you can confide in and talk to help you navigate those waters when you get into situations. That's it. That's all I got tonight.
It was good seeing you, Tina.
All right, Tina.
It's good to see you. Love y'all.
All right. I want to go next, but I want to direct mine towards my brother Charisma. I got a couple questions, Charisma. All that drama that you was having with women, were they traditionally known as what we standard 9s and 10s on the rating scales?
You can go on Facebook and view yourself. I ain't mess with no booger monsters. I never had no booger monsters.
That's the point I'm trying to get you. Yeah. That's exactly the point I'm trying to get you.
But when I spoke to them, the one that was craziest came for me. I never went to her. She came up to me. She was aggressive to me. This woman came to my job the next day. She came to me. I didn't go for it. I didn't want no relationship. I just had got out of a bad relationship. So I was just kind of like trying to just chill. I didn't want nobody. So that's when I saw the red flags when I first got with the woman and tried to get out of it. But that's when she attacked the woman I was trying to get with to get away from. So I couldn't get away from the crazy psycho. So I'm like, I was trying to get away. You know what I mean? I saw the flags, bro. I was like, yo, I can't be with you. This ain't gonna work. That woman, I get off work, she waiting out there at the job. I'm like, God dang. I tried to go out the front though. See a part where I can't go out the front or the side. It was just, like Shorty said, like Jenny said, I had to just let her I had to get out of there, man.
How she know where you work?
Huh?
How she know where you work?
It was she found out where I work because I told her why I had work. I just told it was just a regular. No. It was just a regular conversation, and she just knew, found where I work. When I first met her. You know what I'm saying? A woman gonna ask you if you work or you broke or you got a job. You know what I mean? It's just conversation. You know what I mean? She brought me a plate the first day.
That did it right there. That plate to do it, man.
Called me. HR said,
to do it.
HR said, you got to get a visitor out here. I'm like, a visitor? I ain't know what. They called me from the job. I went to the front desk. She said, you got somebody out here? And so when I went outside, she was waiting out there with the plate. She was dressed kind of provocative. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, okay, the hell going on? But food's all right. Yeah, I know, Becky. I know. So, and
anytime somebody show up uninvited, that's your first 2 red flags.
Yeah, but I just thought she was just being nice, bringing you food.
Okay, I'm giving you some old man wisdom. When they show up uninvited, it's 2 red flags.
Oh, I know now. I know.
Lace your speakers up and run like hell.
Yeah, I know now. You know what I mean? I just thought she was just being nice, bringing food. Like, okay, if a man like a woman and we go bring her flowers and send flowers to her, that's a red flag.
This wasn't your girlfriend,
if
right?
he popped up at my job with him and I ain't invited him nowhere, and I don't even really
saying
think, I'm just talking in past conversation.
No. I'm saying if I send the flowers to the job, I'm not there. The flowers come to the job.
Are y'all dating?
I mean, I'm just saying, I just want to be nice.
Are y'all dating?
Nah, not yet, I guess.
Okay, it's called stalking.
Oh my God. So you can't send flowers.
I get what you're saying, but the difference
somebody
in
that
you
you're
sending
dating,
flowers and her physically coming to your job, those are two different things.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
She didn't order you some DoorDash and send it up to the job. She brought her ass up there and went to HR and said, "I need him to come outside."
Well, she had to. Well, they had to come get me because she was in front of the building. I mean, that was just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But
bringing everybody in y'all business.
So, but it's cool, you know. I wasn't tripping. Actually, I thought it was a nice gesture. You know, I was hungry. I was like, okay, that's sweet.
Y'all give my boy a break, man. He been gone for a minute. And we'll run him back off.
You're right.
We don't want to run him back off, man.
The thing is, Rob, Charisma.
I'm gonna mentor him. I'm gonna mentor Charisma
on what I gotta say. But all I'm saying is, I feel like in that point of your life, not in your whole life, in that point in your life, you were picking the wrong women. That's not to say anything about you. You were driven towards the wrong things at that time. If you're telling me you consecutively dated crazy women, that means you were picking out those crazy.
But it hit the fence. But it hit
in your life.
It hit the fence. I'm sure the women didn't start out like that though. Like
they
just
did.
like men.
That's what I was saying.
But like y'all saying, men didn't start out like that. I'm pretty sure the woman didn't start.
That's
out
what
like
I'm telling them. The girl was really sweet. She kind of webbed me. They would not like that. The first one was so sweet.
You know I miss you, man. I'm taking up for you, man.
And I'm not saying that they were not. I'm not saying all of that. But let's just identify the fact that you liked it crazy, wrapped up in a beautiful body. And now that you are older and wiser, you know that you have to peel back layers before you just look at this beautiful person.
Women always gonna
be good.
Women
now you know that there are layers to people.
Women always gonna pick a dude based off how they look. I just went to an HBCU.
I get that, but what I'm saying is outside of the look, you have to peel back the layers. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. But you know,
that's all I've been saying the whole time. You gotta peel back the layers.
But what I'm trying to tell you is when I first met these people, they weren't like that at first. And then you have to peel the layers back. I understand that. They displayed something that with me was really nice. And it didn't take no month or 2 months. It took years. And then it started getting weird after the first year. Then the third year, that's when it got impactful. It got crazy. So it wasn't no first week and all that. You understand? But the second one, it was kind of like a couple, you know. But I just wanted to break away. I did see the fight. I tried to break away, but it was just kind of hard. You know, when they in their same neighborhood, they driving around, they seeing
Hey,
you.
man, you was in love, man. It was hard to break
Yeah,
away
that's
when you
true.
in love, man.
That's true.
Let's say that then, man.
I had my fair share of bad boys, and I realized that ain't what I like. That's not conducive for my well-being. I had that period where I realized that ain't what you got to do.
I know, you're right, but the majority wins, the minority fails. So it's like the majority of women in the world like a bad. Look at Blueface and his baby mama. Look at this girl.
Who in the world want to be like them? I just
that's what I'm telling you. It's toxic. It's toxic, but he can't get rid of the crazy one. She done got a new tattoo.
He don't want to get rid of her. He don't want to.
Right, but that's what I'm telling you. They're gonna fight online. They're gonna fight at home. He gonna fight his mama. She done jumped on his mama.
But the only people that would like that is the people that I idolize craziness. That's not the majority.
I'm just giving an example. I'm giving you an example. The only way he's gonna break away from that woman is they gotta get a little older. He gotta find somebody and break away from that woman. That woman ain't going nowhere till that man really sit down and say, look, I don't want you. Please get away from me. And he's not going to do that. Chris Brown, this man got money. He can't keep shit. Now all these men can't keep no good women with all this money. So now we're looking at like, it ain't really the money. What is it then?
It's because they don't want to. They don't want you.
We are in the part comment section.
Not one of them has seeked out a decent woman and then it didn't work. All of them went for a beautiful wrapped up package of crazy. Yes, it didn't work out because you got a beautiful, crazy package. Now, tell me somebody that went after somebody that actually got some sense and then things went left.
Y'all don't know feeling. I'm actually feeling some between Charisma and Ann.
Oh, I miss Charisma. Make no mistakes about it. I absolutely miss Charisma. But I'm not gonna let charisma skate without saying that, yeah, at one point I like crazy women. It is.
I don't like crazy women. Where you getting that from? I never said I like crazy women.
Caribbean, before you went off, she said she miss you, man.
No, she said I'm not. She gonna let me skate because she said I like crazy women.
Before you was
not true. I always want to fight. This is what we do. This is our love language.
First off, you have to understand. First off, she has to understand that what kind of women I truly like. These women, came across my life, but I like a certain kind of woman. First off, these women did come across my life. At first, but something I just experienced. But those are not the kind of women I really like. Truly. I just don't really like
charisma. That's what I said. You're repeating what I said. I said at that point in your life. But now that you have grown, you've identified that there's more factors than what a woman looks like. You're preaching exactly what I just said.
But that still don't mean I need to be with a booger monster.
Who said you got to be
with
a booger monster?
Don't do that.
These are the things that
charisma. All right, the next woman you try to approach, like make sure she's like a 6 or a 7, and then see how that goes.
Yeah, I think what Kareem was trying to say, the women who he really like are booger monsters. Most of them turned out to be booger monsters. They got what he liked, but they not appealing to him.
What he wants is a humble woman.
What I'm trying to get y'all to see is the bad guys get all the bad girls. I'm talking about the top notch women. So the good guys got to settle for the bottom feeders in order to say that, we got a good woman. That's the truth.
That ain't true.
You don't want a bottom feeder. You want a humble woman that's still pretty. That's a 6 or a 7.
All right, let me ask y'all a question. Who getting the bad women in? The top notch women. Who getting them?
The top notch dudes.
The top. Yeah.
Okay. So what is a top notch dude?
Listen. It don't got nothing to do with what he look like.
No, I want to ask a question. I'm answering a question. What's a top notch dude?
It has nothing to do with what he look like.
Women, not girls. Women want a man who gonna provide security. They ain't about that thug life no more. When you catch them at 20 and 30, that's what they doing. As they get older, right? Why is Sierra with Russell and not Future? Why do they pick this? They want security. See, when you're in that younger mindset, which is where you are, and it's okay. You look for what you look for. And let me just tell you this. You can find a lot of bad women as you get older who ain't about that drama. You ain't got to lower your standards. You got to pay more attention to what you're choosing. Don't let breast and booty be at the top of the list. You can still keep them in the top 10, but don't let them be the first 3. Because listen to what they say. Watch what they do. Again, somebody pop up on you without an invite. I met a girl. She found out where I stayed at. Once I saw that, I knew she was a
top-notch man. A top-notch man is a man that provides for his family, a man that protects his family, a man that understands that there are checks and balances within a relationship, a man that makes me feel like I am 100% a woman. That's what a top-notch man is for me.
That's for you.
That's what when I did.
You're not the majority.
I was in a very long relationship with a thug. Okay,
she's one out of a million. That's not who's winning.
We might say this topic for another. We might say this topic for another show. What is
me and the thug can't do nothing together because here I am, this principal who's completely got my life together. What I'm getting ready to do with this thug, and you're like, really, what are y'all doing? I had to come to my senses when I got ready to move into a house and realize I couldn't put your name on it because all your money is dope money. I don't want this relationship anymore. We can't make any power moves together because you are a dope boy.
Damn.
Like we can't. Like, what kind of power moves we gonna make? I'm not getting ready for you and I to go into a house. And guess what? You're gonna go to prison for the next 40 years because you're selling dope. Now, I'm stuck. All the bills that you once paid, how I was so cute and so lavish, all that shit gone because I'm dealing with a dope boy. I didn't want that for myself. But at one point in my life, that's what I thought I wanted.
A good woman ain't trying to spend rent money on bail.
We're gonna have to continue this part of the conversation.
Well, I was bailing them out
another day. We're gonna get these because I gotta go to the Waffle House real quick.
Hey, what's the big announcement, Rob? What's the big announcement?
I almost got that, man. Your boy, I got my own show, man. I got a show coming up, man. I want y'all to come support me. Oh, definitely you, DVP. You know what I'm saying?
Where is it at?
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
Hold on. Is this a Christian show?
No, this ain't no Christian show, man. See what they say. A Night of Soul.
Where is it at? And what day is it on so I can come?
It's look at the flyer, man.
Oh, November. Okay,
November
25th.
Yeah, I'm headlining.
Okay.
Man.
You gotta
Yeah, we
stop,
some
Rob.
Yeah, Kiki Wild Mom, she gonna be there. Yeah.
Is this
Magic Perkins?
Is this why we haven't started up the you've been working on this? That's why we ain't started the sports podcast yet? When we gonna start that, man?
I really been busy, man. I just stay low profile. I've been busy, man. I got a lot going on, man, in my life, man. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, man. I hear you.
That's why I asked y'all for topics, man, because I really don't have time to, you know what I'm saying, nurture the show like I really want to.
Yeah, I'm off that day. I'm off that day, yeah.
Yeah, this gonna be Thanksgiving weekend, the weekend after Thanksgiving.
I don't use that word, but okay.
Yeah, Thanksgiving gonna be.
Yeah.
Well, okay, man. I ain't with all that.
I don't use that word, buddy.
But I'm gonna keep y'all posted, man. I know DVP and Trina gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Show some support, man. And the show gonna be it's gonna be Leona's Wide episode. In case y'all didn't know, I'm working with Celebrity Mom Check-In. There's gonna be a show coming out. A lot of celebrity moms gonna be on the show. Nicki Minaj's mama, Kiki Wise's mama, Selena Johnson's mama, Blueface mama gonna be in it.
What?
Yeah, she gonna be on. She got an episode too.
Oh Lord.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm a producer of that show. So you know
really?
What I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a
when we
producer
gonna
of
get
that
our show on TV?
You got to show up on this show, Fern.
What? What? Brett's going on 2 years. Okay. All right.
Well, anyway, man, that was the announcement, man. I hope y'all come out support your boy. And I know you and your man, y'all come out, man.
We'll be there.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'm gonna hold you to it too.
I'll be there, man.
You gotta get tickets now.
How much the tickets cost?
I'm gonna post you go online and purchase your tickets, man.
So that's the big announcement.
We'll have food and everything for you there. You know,
where's it at? Like
it's gonna be out by the new Black Wall Street, a club out there called the Pink Lion.
In the middle of Crime Central.
Man, my car better be all right.
Well, we're gonna have DVP in the parking lot watching your car.
No, not in Stonecrest. Oh, no. Them a whole different kind of criminals out there, bro.
Oh, you over about Stonecrest. You'll be by me then.
All right, man. Let's get these part comments in, man.
Yeah, I can go ahead and go.
Cause I'm
BT
home.
was going.
Oh yeah, okay, go ahead.
But BT don't drop off the screen. BT don't want to fit him a sandwich, man.
Well, I go.
Go ahead.
It was good to be back this week, y'all. I miss y'all every week that I can't get on. But I be on Mama Duty's cheer and all the other stuff that be going on. But I think about y'all every week. I pray positive things over you guys every week. I hope the rest of y'all week is amazing, and I hope to God that I can make it and see y'all next Tuesday.
Okay, then, Miss Ann. Good to hear from you again. See you again.
I'll check in. Y'all have a great week.
Ann and Chris were back together again.
Period. Back like we never left.
I'm trying to get that first shift, man. I'm working on it so I can get back on.
All right, Jenny, you want to say something before you leave?
Yes, my parting comment. Yes, my parting comment is you just have to love yourself, and as I always say, be true to yourself and be true to others.
Jenny, you on Facebook, right?
No.
Okay. Get it then.
Bro, is that the same Jenny that was on the show a while ago when I was picking at you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jenny.
Hey, how are you?
I remember her.
He's not on Facey. But
okay, Jenny, appreciate you coming on.
Yes, I enjoyed it. Y'all have a good night.
Roger that.
Good night.
Yeah, man. But I'll go ahead and go. Yeah. Hey, yay for president, man. Y'all stop hating on all them yay haters. Y'all stop trying to bring my man down. So you know what I mean.
Who are y'all though?
Not I ain't say they ain't Rob. Did I say you?
Who's the number one person bringing him down?
Our own people.
Now, who's the number one person bringing him down? Be honest.
I don't want to say that right now.
You don't want to say him. You want to say him.
No, it's not him, bro. He's bringing light to what's really corrupt out here and what's going on. He already told these people, let's get together and bring all these people together, all these organizations taking money from us and won't let us get a fair chance at the table. Let's sit down and talk about this, but they don't want to do it. He said all the NFL owners, all the NFL owners, all the NBA owners, all these record label people, all these banks, let's sit down and come up with a deal so we can get some people, so people of color can own some teams, can open up some banks, do this kind of shit, but nobody ain't saying nothing about that. Nobody ain't saying nothing.
How did he become a billionaire?
With his own mind. his own mind state, his own creativity. With him creating what he created out of his mind, his shoes, his clothing, his production. That's how. You can't take nothing away from a man that worked and did his own thing. So
he didn't need no help doing it though, right?
I'm not saying he didn't, but it still came from his mind though.
But who helped him along the way though?
People did help him, but nobody.
What people helped him?
Hold on. When he first came out, nobody really looked out for Ye, bro. Jay or none of them. Really, Dame did. All them folks was shitting on Ye, bro. They didn't give him a chance. Jay-Z all them to give him a chance, bro. He had to eat. The only time Jay-Z gave him a chance, he gave him a beat and said this man was a good producer. Dame Dash really looked out for Ye first, bro. That guy really looked out for him. You understand what I'm saying? These other people was just crapping on him like, nah, he good. So they found out that man was talented and a producer. Oh, they on his job. Oh, Ye this, Ye that. Oh, we need you, bro. I need production. Trying to get beats for free and all that. So when that man skyrocketed and took off, then when he got with Kim, everybody on his job. Now they wanted the man became a billionaire, passed Jay-Z, then his shoe outsold Michael Jordan's shoe. Now he a problem. Now they want to just bring the man down. Oh, he anti-Semite, he hating on the Jews. And what I'm saying, nobody's hating on the Jews, man. Nobody never hate on the Jews. We hate on ourselves more than anything. And then this girl on Facebook now talking about Black Lives Matter. They the one that talk about when I say, well, what about when the corrupt cops be doing this? Oh yeah, that's what Black Lives Matter for. So what Black Lives Matter with the gang violence and all the stuff going on with the shooting in Chicago and LA and all these places, they know where to be found. Every time you got gang violence, you never see Black Lives Matter. Only time you see Black Lives Matter when they deal with police corruption. And they had the same lawyers, the same people in cahoots. It's the same thing. We know this. So, but y'all, these people want to bring Ye down. They want this man a billion. They want to bring him down. And they can't wait to see this man living in a tent, man, so they can be happy. They want our own people. They want this man to be in a tent, man. All them other billionaires is of color. They don't want to say nothing. They don't want to speak up because they don't want to get canceled. But that man ain't gonna get canceled for speaking his mind, man. That's what they wanted. That's the fear they put on us. Say you'll get canceled if you speak your mind. But everybody else can do what they want to do. Every other color can say what they want to say, and they don't get canceled. That ain't right, bro. That ain't right, man.
I agree with everything you say. But it's
I'm telling you, because they were trying to back. Remember how they were trying to back?
It's consequences. It's consequences to speaking your mind.
But they was trying to back. They was trying to do Montero like that. Remember how they were doing now? They was doing.
You can speak your mind any way you want to speak your mind.
That's right. Remember they was doing it like that, Rob. And I was defending that.
And he better be prepared for the consequences of speaking your mind.
That's right. But I was defending that when they were doing Montero like that. Remember they were saying he devil works his shoe. All that.
But he ain't never said nothing like the way he did things.
I know that. He never defending that. That's what I'm saying. I said I was telling people
that's something different.
I know. I said y'all don't know that man.
What Kanye doing is something different.
I know, but I'm saying I was like, y'all don't know that man personally. You can't say that about that man. That man ain't no devil worshiping all that. This. Y'all over exaggerating it. You know what I mean? He's just promoting. It's just It's just promotion. He just found a way to trigger y'all, and y'all going for it. That's just the way you promote, right? So Ye is really speaking on corrupt corporations that everybody's scared to speak on. So what if he took his money out of his bank, put his money in his own bank?
He's speaking on the corruption. He's been a corrupt corporation that he's in cahoots with.
Not now. Because
they canceled. They cut him loose now.
Yeah, because he put him on blast. Gap stole his ideas and tried to make money on the table with him without telling him. That's wrong, bro. That's wrong. That's wrong for doing that.
He signed contracts with all these folks he putting down.
And they was trying to make money on him under the table, and that's not right, dude.
Who signed them? Who put their name on the list? Who signed them contracts?
Robert, you're not listening. He signed with Gap. Bring Gap up. I used to work for Gap. The dude I used to work for didn't even believe in God. My supervisor at the job, he didn't believe in God.
So why Kanye signed with them then? Why he signed with them?
Listen, he tried to bring them up, right? And bring Gap up. Listen, he tried to bring Gap up with his fashion line. He was actually trying to help them. That's why he got all that money.
So he's trying to help the corporation that he hates.
Listen, that's one corporation.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
I'm trying to, and with Adidas, he brought them up to another level. They made shoes that looked like his shoes he already had out and tried to make money on the table without his consent. He didn't come up with that design. He said, I didn't sign for that. Y'all making this stuff without my consent. That's wrong. That's wrong, Rob. That's like you got that Atlanta hat on. You come up with a hat with an R and say Rob. You signed with Lids, the company Lids. They come out with a hat with an R2 and put your logo on it and say, oh, we just did this on the low. We ain't tell you though, but we making millions of dollars from it. You gonna be happy about that?
Read the contract.
No, I'm saying, are you gonna be happy about that?
Nope, but read the contract.
See, that's what I'm telling you.
If it's in the contract, it's in the contract. I can be mad all I want.
You think
but if I sign my name on that contract,
and that's why he bagged out.
It's in the contract.
You think he don't know how to read a contract and got people that can read contracts? You think Ye stupid? Nah, that's why he bagged out. And I would have bagged out too. You stealing my designs and selling my stuff on the table without telling me my consent. You wrong for that. That's dirty, man. Come on, man. That's wrong. You know that. You know that. And you know, just like I was telling you about when people was coming from Montero, and he would have said, if he would have said some anti-Semite shit, it was like, we're gonna cancel Lil Nas. You wouldn't have been for that. You wouldn't have been down for that.
But what he got to do with this shit?
I'm just saying in that sense, when everybody was coming from Montero, everybody was coming for him. Everybody was coming for that man.
Trust me, he got people boycotting. He got people picking at him at every show he go to.
But it's quiet now.
But what matters? But what matters? What matters are people who bought tickets in the inside. So
yeah.
Don't worry about people on the outside. You worry about people on the inside who pay.
That's right. And guess what? And people buying Jay when he come around on the outside inside. You went to a show when you was out there in LA, didn't you? Yeah, you went. Yeah, you seen this gospel show. Your ass was out there. So I don't want to hear all that. About on the inside. You was in the inside.
I don't hate Ye. I don't hate Ye, but I think what he's doing, he's hurting himself.
He's not hurting himself. He putting people on blast. How's he hurting himself? Because everybody else scared to speak. What's going to change?
What's going to change by you putting them on blast? What's going to change by you? What's going to change by you wearing a White Lives Matter shirt?
See,
who are you alienating? Who
that went over everybody's head. That went over everybody's head, man. I already broke this down 5 weeks. You know, I went viral for that. They still attack me on Facebook about it. You ought to see my comments now tonight. I put up 8 posts tonight about Kanye. They attack me right now as we speak. That went over everybody's head, man. And Candace Owens is the only one that kind of threw the fire on it to say, oh, because she got it on. It's about her ass.
Let me ask you something. Before we go, let me ask you something. You wear a shirt, a rebel flag shirt, and you hanging with David Dukes. What you think everybody gonna think?
I got a Confederate flag.
No, I asked you a question. Answer the question.
Let me finish.
You got a big ass shirt with a rebel flag on it, and
that's
you
totally
hanging out. And you taking the picture with David Duke saying, I'm down with this cause.
That's totally different. That's
it's the same damn thing. It's the same damn thing.
It's not. Listen, now you
people gonna take that the way they want to take that.
No, listen. You're saying listen. You said if I put on a rebel flag shirt.
We can talk about this another day, bro.
If I put on a rebel flag shirt,
we
know what David Duke's about.
We ain't never made it 9:30.
Listen. I know. Listen. That's totally different from White Lives Matter. Because think about this. His kids got a white mom. They can't say White Lives Matter. They can't say their mom matter.
Come on, man. Stop being foolish like you know.
No, I'm just asking the question. So their mom can't matter. So their mom can't matter?
Don't act like you know who. Don't act like you don't know who made White Lives Matter.
Now, you know what that meant? Do you know what that meant? He actually was actually highlighting what really mattered, what really mattered to what white people already been doing. He just put on blast. He said that. Highlighted it.
He said that. Are you saying that?
He highlighted it.
He said that. Are you saying that?
They lives matter when you go out there and buy everything. It matters. You buy everything. You buy everything. You shop everything and buy everything from them. It matters.
Who he took the picture with? Who he took the picture with?
Candace was right there.
Kundis on.
Okay.
Come on, man. People
she got her own political views.
People put two and two together, bro.
Rob, you can't do that. You're a Democrat. You're a Democrat, Rob. You can't do that. She got her own political views. I don't agree with everything she say, but you can't do that, Rob. She got her own political views.
Why you don't agree with everything she say?
Rob, you can't do that. She got her own.
Why you don't agree with everything she say?
So if Candace was a Democrat, it'd be different, right? Man. If she was a Democrat, it'd be different, right?
Come on, man. Let's cut out.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm talking about, Rob. That ain't right, Rob. You can't do that.
Listen. Everybody got their opinion about what they see.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you.
So why you upset because people taking what he did the way they want to take it?
What was what is Black Lives Matter doing?
So what Lives Matter doing?
What they doing?
Why are white people protesting?
Why they
protesting? Lives Matter? They always have.
They protest. Okay, so they protesting against that.
So why wear White Lives Matter shirt?
But that's why I already told you.
They never had to face what we
highlighted
black folk face.
I just told you what the shirt meant. He highlighted that.
Everybody know what the shirt. Everybody know what the phrase mean. Everybody know what that phrase. White
sound like you got some race hate because you saying about their lives matter when you sound like you talking race hate. You talking race hate, Rob. That's anti-Semite.
The white lives
talking like Ye.
The White Lives Matter slogan is to suppress the Black Lives Matter slogan.
Oh,
that's
Lord.
all it's for, bro.
To suppress them, the ones that's buying $1.5 million mansions with the money they making our black folks.
Get this part comment. We'll talk off.
Are they doing so? They scamming folks.
Part comment. We'll talk off air.
They scamming people, right?
DVP, you want to do your
$3.5 million houses?
DVP, come on, do your part comment.
Go ahead, man. All right.
Hey man, I'm gonna let y'all do your thing. I'm over here laughing.
Go do your part comment so we
Charisma, make sure you inbox me your phone number so I can watch out for you and make sure you don't be picking wrong. I'm gonna give you some old man wisdom.
I'm gonna do it right now, DVP.
All right, that's what's up. Y'all be good. I'll see y'all next week.
You got DVP.
Yeah.
Hit my message, hit my box right now.
All right.
Hit it
All
right
right, Charlie. It's 9:30. Black man, it's good to see you again, man.
That's always good, man. Hey, stop hating on Ye, man. Let's get Ye president, man. 2024.
Hopefully we can see you again, man, soon, man.
I'm trying to get it, bro. I'm trying to get out of that. First, I'm trying to. Hey, I'm coming. Wolf coming.
All right, man. Good to see you, man.
All
Thank everybody for watching. Thank everybody for commenting and sharing. Peace out. Love you. Can't do nothing about it.
DVP, hit me right now, bro.